Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Flank. I'm joined by the one and only, the human turret, one of the best ARs to ever do it, the world champion himself, Sam LaRue, a.k.a. Octane. We got the multi-world champion, a multi-champion, a legend icon to the Call of Duty scene. Give it up for Patrick Price, a.k.a. Iggs. We got the one and only, the executive producer of The Flank. Give it up for Benji and his team. And of course, we got a special guest in a building, multi-champion, a legend to the Call of Duty scene, going for the most pull-ups in what? How much time, Doug? I don't
24
even know.
hours.
24 hours. Going for the most pull-up in 24 hours. First of all, Doug, thank you so much for joining us, bro. You're fucking... Ignore all of them saying muted. They're lying. They're trolling me. They're trolling. They're trying to troll me. They're trying to get me to fuck up here, but I'm good, man. We're not muted.
17 guide, bro.
Yeah, we're good. Doug, how you doing, man? Thank you for hopping on, Doug. I appreciate you, man.
Dude, I'm doing well. I'm just going through it. It's almost over.
What is the pull-ups, bro? Is that what the training, right?
8.5 months, over 100,000. I've almost died so many times, and I'm not exaggerating. I'm just so happy for it to be over. So if my energy seems off, it's just blame the pull-ups. I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to be here right now. I'm grateful.
Being here. I know you got a lot going on right now, and I know you've been working hard, so I appreciate you being here. Parasite will not be joining us today. I think something came up. Anybody know where he is? Is he at another rave?
Well, about something came up. He's in Houston for an EDM show, is what he's doing.
Chris is raving.
He's raving. Chris Duarte's raving right now.
All
right, shout out to Duarte. Pat, how you doing, Pat? You doing all right, man? I think some of your picks today that you gave me were not hitting.
Well, no, whoa. The prize picks may not have, Tom, but the predictions that I made yesterday on this show that I was called crazy for, they're looking good, Tom. They're looking good.
Yeah, I didn't think they were that crazy. I thought the first one was crazy.
First one was a little
I don't think we really
The first one was a little insane.
You got the first one wrong. You got the first one wrong.
Yeah,
I don't know if we're complaining.
I was motivating Carolina.
Yeah.
I think about it. Think about it. I said, think about it though, Tom. I said I have to bet against Tyler Fellow because he's yet to have a positive series online, and he was their best player today.
Yeah, almost. He played good today. Tyler actually played really, really good today. I mean, Carolina as a whole looked really good today, to be fair. But it was a good series for them. Ben, how you doing today, man? You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Waiting for the snow to melt so I can go golfing tomorrow. I'll sit around all day for fucking the snow to melt. But no, it's good.
Why don't you just golf in the snow?
Watched the Liverpool-Chelsea final this morning. Shout out to Liverpool for winning that. Love to see Chelsea lose at all times. And you know, said, nah, it is right. Anyway, you know, we said at the beginning of this weekend, we were like, bro, we're looking at this match schedule. Like, this could be a really great weekend of COD. And I think it honestly kind of fucking delivered, to be honest. We had like 2, 3, 4 really good series this weekend. I think now teams like New York and all have to work their way back into on the top end of things, and I'm excited for the weeks and months ahead.
Yeah, for sure. Sam, you doing all right, man? I know you were a little late to the watch party today, but you were able to watch some matches.
Airing me like that?
Well, Sam, hey, you were late. I missed you, Sam. You left me with Ben. It was just me and Ben by ourselves.
Yeah, that's completely understandable. I'm sorry for leaving you with Ben by yourself.
It's okay.
Doing good though, man. Had like I said, late start to the day. I was hanging out with the fiance a little bit, but
nice.
Made it for the good series. I skipped the shitty one. Made it for the good one.
Yeah, you did skip the one series that was a fucking blowout. But let's hop into it. We had 3 really good series today. First series of the day, we hop into the Seattle Surge going up against the Carolina Royal Ravens. I'll be honest, it was always our cities who you guys have been talking about to step up, even myself included. We've been talking about Alec and how we wanted to have a good series. Today, he got let down here. Today, his teammates did not shoot back. And granted, we did talk about it yesterday. Seattle did remove one of their best players from the roster. Granted, it could have been, from other things other than in-game play, but definitely wasn't too confident in Seattle going into this series. And I mean, the stat sheet just shows it. I mean, Carolina with the green carpet here. Ben, I'll start things off with you. How did you think the series went? And are you worried for the Seattle Surge? Go ahead.
Am I worried?
I mean, I'm worried for them. I think they might be.
Am I worried?
Worried is not the word.
I mean, listen. Here's the issue, Tom. Is they picked up Bresci. I've seen some decent stuff from Bresci, but where this team was, within there before the stages, they were a good S&D team, but they had like 2 control wins on the board. The hardpoint map pool was tiny, and now they've made 0 progress in that. I've never seen a team once again fail to just have any kind of defense on A off the rip on high rise. Like, that's unacceptable. And I think what's most concerning is that Kyler's recent performances for this team have not been particularly good. Going back in towards the major, I think he's got to find his way because they got a great series from Alec. You're not going to see a lot of .92s from Abuza, but if Kyler is going to really struggle to get his kills, they're going to have a hard time.
I think the thing with Kyler, at least from what I've been seeing, is he's just running around too much. He's all over the map. I mean, it seems like he's having a hard time just picking his lanes. I mean, you heard Austin talk about it after the Boston series today. He was like, playing COD the right way and playing the most consistent way and making sure that the things you do in practice also translate to in-match stuff. I feel like that's just not happening for Seattle. It just seems like they don't have a system. And Hook, in the respawns and in S&D, I mean, there's a couple plays in Surge too where he was just running.
Oh, man, I lost full. We'll talk about the class.
And I don't know, maybe he's got the sprints. Sometimes players run into the sprints where they're just overly confident and he's just running. But Sam, what did you think it was? What did you think about the series?
Well, I mean, the scoreboard kind of tells the entire story of the series. And to touch on Kyler, I don't think his playstyle has really never changed. And I think in a game like this, where like scams are most of the time lead to a loss, Kyler's playstyle, running around, like being unpredictable, being chaotic, causing chaos on the map, it doesn't work in a title like this.
Yeah.
So when you have really high peaks, but you have extremely low valleys, and this was one of those valley series for Kyler.
Yeah. Go ahead, Pat. What do you want to say, man?
Listen, man, we gotta tell it how it is. Okay. This team,
these guys are the worst team in the league. They're the worst team in the league.
They made the dumbest move
They're the worst
possible. And I mean, hell, we got a series out of Alec we haven't had in 2 years, like, and they still look awful. So I mean, like, this team's got nowhere to go from here. Honestly, I'm starting to doubt, the decision making big time. Like, I was already doubting it, but it's like they had to have known this was going to happen, right? Like, there's no way they were making this change thinking they were going to improve realistically. And so, yeah, I mean, this whole roster, I think, just needs to be scrapped. We heard some rumors that, like, 2 of these guys were teaming up and really liked playing with each other. So it's like, again, these like friendship bonds that some of these teams are allowing to happen is ruining these teams. We saw it with LAG. We're seeing it now with Seattle. It carried over. So, I mean, it's time for players. Players are always going to try and protect each other, but this team needs to be dismantled ASAP.
Dismantled. Doug, I don't know how much you were able to watch today. I know it was kind of like a last minute thing. We kind of just threw you in here. And again, I appreciate you being here. But looking at the stat sheet and everything like that, what did you think? I mean, do you think Seattle just need to make some more changes or what? Because they've been kind of going down this slope for a while now.
Yeah, when I look at these stat sheets, I really look at the dynamics of what these players bring to the team. And I think Kyler is not set up for success with this 3-man roster supporting him because he is extremely fast. And I'm looking at who's going to follow Kyler up. Obviously, they had Ender, who will fill the gaps efficiently and quickly. I know Brezi's game. He's a beast. He beat me in Challengers last year. He won an event. He's one of the best in Challengers. Alec, world champ. Abuza was frying, but they're making Abuza run the sub. Now he's going back to the AR a little bit, it seems. You got Kyler running around. You got Brezi coming in. Like, I'm really looking to Rambo Ray because he's their coach, and I trust Rambo's judgment. Obviously, he's probably letting certain things slide, and he's probably putting his foot down in certain ways. But just going back to what Pat said, when we were coming up in the OG days, it was like, if you weren't the right fit for a team, even if you were a really good player, you're not getting on that team. And obviously in the COD League, I don't think we do that. And I know Ray's been around since day one, so I want Ray to kind of like put his foot down. I know that there's livelihoods at stake, but we got to do the greater good for these orgs, right? Like, that's how I've always felt on Boston Breach. It's not about the individual, it's about the team. And you got to do what's the right thing for the team, regardless of feelings or emotions. You got to get the right pieces. So I highly doubt this roster would stick just because of the play styles. They're all great players, but this is never going to work out.
Yeah. And then on the other side, guys, let's talk about Carolina. Doug, I agree with you, by the way, in the AR with Abuza thing. I mean, I don't know why. I mean, there's even periods of time where Abuza pulls out an AR, he picks up an AR, and you just see, like, glimpses of what he can do if he was just running.
So good, dude.
Like when they played Terminal S&D.
Yeah, it's his natural role. Like, when they play Terminal Surge. I mean,
he's just holding Eskies every round by himself.
Listen, they got 3 sub outclassed on the Rio by fucking Gwen and TJ.
Yeah.
Like, it's just tough. And honestly, I don't know if y'all know this. Like, if you look and kind of dive in, I know this team has played now across both these splits. How many game ones do you think they've won this year?
I couldn't tell you, Ben.
Is
it a low amount? It's going to be a low amount.
They've won 2. How many controls do you think they've won this year?
I don't know.
They're the worst. They're like,
it's just
yeah, they're not good at control.
They're.
How much was it? How many controls did they win?
Even 2. Even with fucking Ender, like the respawn is in a really tough spot, and they made no progress really since the beginning of December on that, to be honest.
Yeah. No, it definitely has not been looking good for the Seattle Surge. But on the other side with Carolina, I mean, if you're Carolina, granted they did beat Seattle Surge today, who I think have been looking a little shaky. But they came out and did what they had to do today.
They leveled them.
Yeah.
They didn't like come out and play them close. They leveled them.
Yeah, they fucking stomped them. They shit on them. What'd you guys think about Carolina? I mean, Pat, we'll start with you at the bottom. I mean, Carolina, they get the W today. Clay's getting pissed off. They keep bringing up his age in the broadcast, bro.
I saw that tweet. I mean, I think Clay is being a little soft. He needs to regain, bro. I've watched like 90% of the Lakers game this season. Every game, at least once, more like 10 times, they talk about LeBron
30 years old, or whatever.
Year 21, 39 years old, oldest in the league, still doing it, still playing. They did the same thing with Brady. Like, bro, when you're the oldest in the league, you just got to own it because it's a unique situation. I don't know why he cares about it. Yeah, he's been around for over a decade. Like he's got to regain.
I think he's just taking pot shots at Ant. To be honest, those guys have been friends for a long time, and they hang out in Discord together with each other all the time because I'm in the same Discord. Like I think it's more just friendly banter on the interviews on Twitter, just kind of keeping that rivalry going.
I don't think so because he didn't call out Ant. He called out how like all his friends think he's getting roasted on the broadcast when they watch because they talk about his age.
Yeah, because he's trying to he's trying to stir the pot to get back and forth with Ant. I've seen this time and time again from him on this, but I feel you on what you said though.
Listen, he just needs to regain.
Yeah, he can regain.
Answer or not.
What do you think about Carolina, Pat?
I thought they played solid. Fellow finally played solid online. He played good at the LAN, and then I mean, even before the event, he was horrible. After the event, he was horrible. And finally, he's turning up online. Gwyn still this team's superstar, playing out of his mind. And yeah, solid performance across the board. But I mean, again, when you're shooting against the Surge, it's hard not to.
Yeah, Ben, go ahead. Were you gonna say something? Sounded like you were about to say something.
I mean, for Carolina, look like obviously Seattle is the bottom of the barrel, but I really liked just the execution and all of the respawns. I thought they were playing together. I thought they got some great contributions from players that don't always give them a pause slaying. And I think it's a really good building block because Carolina needs to get it going on the points. They're sitting rock bottom right now. They have a couple of matches coming up against a couple of teams that have been struggling in LAG, in Miami, and obviously they have Optic as well coming up. But I think this is a great match, a great win to end the weekend. And if you're Carolina, getting Rio in your pen's really going to help them in some of these series. So they can extend them to game 5s or close out in game 4. So I like what I saw from them in their first rep on that map.
Yeah, Doug, I feel like you know some of these guys, right? Like Fellow, he was a big Challengers guy. He's probably somebody you've played against or played with over the years. Even TJ, he was in Challengers for a little bit. Have you been impressed with Carolina so far with the roster? Do you think they're looking pretty good or what?
Well, in the league, I think that they're finally finding their footing, and I like this dynamic a lot. In Challengers, they've all had a lot of ups and downs. Personally, I'm undefeated versus every single player on that team. I just want to say this to the audience. I'm undefeated on LAN versus all of them in Challengers over the last 2 years, but yeah, we're retired now, so like we got to get this out of our system while we can. But
right.
No, like Isaiah's a great slayer. I mean, Isaiah in Challengers was always a great slayer, and TJ's always been a great objective-minded player who fills gaps well. Same with Tyler, and James is a legend. So I like this dynamic, and I'm very close with Tyler, and I know how much effort he's putting into his own individual game and his team getting better, and they're very big on teamwork. So, I mean, the stats showing in this series, they absolutely dismantled and outslayed. And going back to Sam's point, saying how this game wouldn't fit someone like Kyler, he definitely was getting singled out. And then once you get a first blood, it's really easy to get map control. So Carolina is definitely a team that I don't expect them to win, but I expect them to do well and cause upsets, kind of like that Vegas region roster last year that beat Thieves on LAN. I see this Carolina team something similar to that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Go ahead, Ben. Sorry, one point of that the key to them extending series, Doug, and I don't know if you agree, is getting better in control because that's been like a weak game mode for them, but also expanding their hardpoint map pool because I think they're a very solid Karachi team, but we've seen them on Invasion now time and time again, and they've struggled on that map. And they've had some good contributions on Subbase. You saw it in that series against Faze a while back. That's how they got to game 5. But obviously they struggle in those searches. So I think this is a good building block to maybe, they need to get off the bottom of the standings. They need to get a top 6 or a top 8 this next event. No, Doug?
Yeah, and even in general, like even if this team is trash, like Pat, you love talking about it. Pat, you love saying everyone's so trash, but like at the end of the day, they were there for a reason. Like these are really good players. It's honestly about team dynamic in CDL, in my opinion. And a win is a win, no matter how you slice and dice it. And if you're gonna have a dominant, assertive win, that delusional confidence could carry you to the next series too. Yeah. So if I'm Carolina, like I'm just gonna ride with the confidence and just keep it going.
Yeah. Sam, any thoughts on Carolina before we head into some clips from the series?
No. I mean, they punched down on the team they can punch down on, so take advantage.
Yep, let's head in. I got a clip here from the first map here. Now, to be honest, this was a perfect opportunity for Seattle to bring this game back here in the P2. And you can see here the push comes in through Ticket. Seattle are able to find 2 dead. They also find the kill on the tunnel pinch. So everything is blocked right now. You have a guy from Seattle who spawns mid-map, but take a look at where the spawn comes in for Carolina. You have one guy who spawns Cubby, and the rest of them just spawn out. And this guy, Cubby, just shoots both of them in the back. And I felt like this was a very game-changing play. Because if you take a look at the score here, instead of this potentially being a Seattle tying it up and maybe even taking the lead here, this is where Carolina just kind of steamrolled through the rest of this map and get a pretty good lead here. So can anybody in this call explain that spawn? Maybe because nobody was in garage yet, he spawned there. And then when the guy from Seattle spawned up, nobody was blocking. The only thing I don't get is the first guy that spawned up, which was number 8, spawned out. He spawned Barbershop. So the next spawn comes in when he gets closer to blocking it, and he spawns there. So what do you guys think about that?
I actually think it was that cooldown. I genuinely think there's a spawn cooldown in this game. If you guys remember that combo we had a little while ago on sub days,
right?
like I actually think that there's like a grace period that a spawn is blocked if your teammate like uses it. So I genuinely think that's what ended up happening here. I don't know why the back alley spawn didn't come in. Maybe it's because 2 had turned, but.
Yeah, you're talking
even
about like
with 2 being
the P3
there,
spawn, you're saying?
Yeah, the P3 spawn.
Yeah, that was weird
even
too.
with 2 being here, you should absolutely still spawn P3. But the fact that spawn didn't happen, I think Gwyn unironically like kind of blocked his teammate's own spawn, which was just insane.
It's still unreadable though. Like how?
Yeah.
Which
I mean,
Actually,
it was a big swing because this could have been they get this insta break and suddenly it's a time map. Instead,
Such a
Carolina
big swing.
basically goes up like 100 points.
I think that's
because they had an insta 3.
game
I mean,
of shit word to slash.
If you want to break the P2 hard point, the only way to do it is to get kills ticket, and hopefully you have that guy that for your team that's pinching tunnel can block that spawn and win his one-on-one. And it happened flawlessly. Like they did the hard part. They got all the kills. It was just, man, after watching this back now, it's like this is an opportunity here where Seattle probably could have taken a lead, and maybe this map would have looked a little bit different. But I mean, that just goes back to the game being shit. The game is dog shit. We're quickly realizing that some of these updates that they've been making have not been helping our case. They've been hurting it. So there's a clip there. Then another clip from the S&D. A few things from the S&D. Now, Seattle did come out and win the search, which was the one map that they were able to take from the series. They go up 4-1 here in the S&D. Just some mistakes here that I noticed from Seattle that I wanted to bring up. Granted, they won the map, but it got close, and it could have been a choke from them. But you see, one of the rounds, Seattle, they get the first pick, and it's Alec who finds one, and they start pushing through plane, and then they get they use the cruise missile here. Now, this is what I don't understand this. So they use the cruise missile. They get all the information here. They get the information on the guy plane. They know 2 guys are Esky. They do the great play here. They chow plane. They kill him. But then they double chow a guy across the. They didn't double chow him. I mean, TJ did hit a nice wall bang there onto one guy, and then somebody else chowed Hall. So quickly, which was a 4v2, turned into a 2v2. I just don't think they should be challenging that Hall player. I think they should just kill the guy playing, just get the bomb down, and just play tight and win the round. Also thought it was good plays from TJ there. But with the streak in the air and with the info, don't you guys think the best play would just be to plant A instantly? But instead, they don't get the bomb down. They give time for them to wrap back the plane, and then they try and bring this back to B when it was like they did they called the streak. They got the info.
Was Alec the guy in Burger, or was he?
Alec. No. Alec is number 4. Yeah, he was back Dreams. He was back Dreams here. He calls in the streak in a 4v3. He calls out 2 Esky, 1 plane. They slide in. They kill the guy playing. Granted, TJ was able to hit a wall bang there and kill one, but the bomb should instantly be going down here, I feel.
Yeah, so like when you get to this spot right here, like, okay, if you're 14 HP
and Alex
and you're trying to throw a smoke, first of all, like smoking the cross makes no sense because they're never going to kill you on that cross. If you have full health and you get cracked on your slide
across.
If you hit that crack slide and hug that deep right corner of the bomb, there is a 100% chance you get the bomb down. And then you're telling your teammates, I got bomb down. And then the guy that's number 2, he's just going to hold the OE on the left and bait mid. The guy number 4 is just going to shoulder and shimmy. And then number 1's going to sit cockpit or run back plane. It's just about spacing the map through the objective. And I see Atlanta Faze do it so well. But why do these league teams not space objective spots on the map well? Like this right here is a prime example, Tom. It makes me want to throw up. I have nothing else to say. I just want to throw up watching this, dude.
Let's
go, Doug.
Because bro, honestly, you just get the bomb down. Alex just pushes into plane, watches over the bomb planer, because one of them die here, right? So boom. Now you have two of them there. Like instead of Alec even challenging this guy mid, which he doesn't even need to chow.
I'm not gonna lie, Alec got fried.
Yeah, he must have got fried there. TJ hit nice shots.
He gets first shot. TJ's trapped in this corner, and he just like kind of get fried a little bit.
And now at this point, it's kind of like, oh man, now we got to wrap it back or whatever. But once if Alec just goes plain here, number 2 can just watch the cross. Like he could jump up on the chairs here, hold mid. He can hold an off angle mid haul and watch slide. They can't go up slide if there's a guy book watching it. So I just thought it was interesting play from Seattle. Didn't like that at all. And it wouldn't be that big of a deal until you watch the next couple of rounds. This gets really close. Then we get into the next round. You can see a first blood comes in here. We'll see how the breakoff goes down. Seattle, they send 3 guys esky. Carolina, they try and play through book. Seattle, they get the gimme, right? TJ, he goes down. They get the first blood. Take a look at the play here from Kyler. He says, fuck it. I'm just running to book. That first blood don't mean jack shit. And again, I know it's like little things here, but this shit adds up, especially if like these are constant mistakes.
This is Kyler in a nutshell, bro.
Yeah, he's taking that chow regardless. You're never gonna talk him out of that. You live and die by the plays like Kyler makes right.
And then after that, they find a pick on Brezzy, 3v2 situation. They get into the plane and they end up trading Alec here. Alec gets one, but the wall wings coming from Fellow. Bada bing, bada boom, 2v1. Carolina, they get the bomb down. They end up winning this round. It was just a good play from Carolina. I just didn't know what Kyler was doing there. Just think Kyler needs to be careful with some of these pushes. Then we go into the next round, and they team kill, or they kill themselves. Somebody kills themselves off the rip. I think it was Brezzy or somebody. Yeah, no, Abuza kills Hook off the rip, which I don't even know. I think he was pre-firing terminal, and he took out Kyler's head. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, Jesus Christ. But then Carolina lose this round. So Seattle, they troll 2 rounds in a row. Should have been 3 as a team kill comes in. And then somehow, some way, Carolina somehow they still lose this round. And I don't know how. You can see it's a 2v4. Did they lose the 2v4 here? Yeah, they did. You can see that this was just the one guy, Clay. I think if he just doesn't lose this fight, they probably win that. If Clay wins this fight right here. I think Abuza made up for it. Abuza made up for the round here. And then after this round, Seattle go up 5-3, and they were able to close out the map. So just some interesting plays coming in from Seattle. Any thoughts on any of those plays, guys, or any of those clips?
Kind of just what Kyler, it's just Kyler, bro. We talked about it at the start of the show, and that clip is just all I needed to see.
I have a question, though. Can you guys recall any map that Seattle Surge has won without one player having like an insane takeover, real quick?
Just like a good team effort?
Yeah.
Not
like,
in recent memory,
bro,
no.
think about it. When they had Illy and they were winning maps, it was like Illy just takeovers.
Yeah.
This Alec takeover, like they can't win a map without one player just going insane and overperforming. They can't.
Yeah. And then this is the round of the control where Seattle lose the 8 point in the first 15 seconds of high rise. This is 2
Hey, but one of them died this time. This is impressive.
One of them did die.
We're working back.
But I don't understand their breakoff. Why did they keep stacking right? I don't understand.
But Tom, it's even worse because you know that, and Clay talked about it. They watched the VOD from the last series. You don't think they're going to try and do that same maneuver? Assuming Seattle's not going to switch up, and they chose not to switch up.
Well, I mean, if I lose the 8 point in 15 seconds after the series, I think I'm going to be like, guys, that can never happen again. We need to fix our breakoff on high-rise control and make sure that doesn't happen.
I'm very curious if we side by side these breakoffs if they actually did change it.
There must have been a ghost at the end of B Street because Alex in a gunfight right now. I don't know what he's waiting for. He's waiting for something. I don't know what he's.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing over there. I actually don't know. I think a lot of it comes down to it's like. They're also sitting there spawn building 2 guys off the rip, which it's like, I don't mind it, but at least get aggressive. Like at least, and granted also, guys, they don't have trophies. The game just started.
There's also a giant bomb on the point.
There's also a giant propane tank that blows up on the point. I just don't understand that. You know they don't have trophies, and why not just save your tags? And they go, hey, just stun nade it, push it. If you're going to sit in your base. And if they do go B, I mean, you got 3 guys there. So they should be good.
All you need is 1 frag, like 2 frags, Sam? Is it 1 or 2?
I think it's 2.
All right, so just sit in the back left of the spawn and just wait, cook a frag, GG.
But I mean, ideally, now that we have it here, if you're Seattle Surge and you had to change their setup, what would you guys do? How would you change their setup? How would you start off the break off of a high-rise control?
Do the Faze setup. Just do the Atlanta Faze. It's got you have a guy play back left window where number 3 is. You have a guy run up mid map where number 2 is, but he instant runs up mid, hugs the left, and he could see the mid cross to the right. Then he could go heli stairs and shoot the right cross while 2 guys double right off the spawn. So 2 guys should double right street, throw a frag and a nade over. One could jump up to the B control point if he wants. You could double out or it doesn't matter. But the guy that goes mid is everything because the guy back left, his job is to look the OE back low left, shoot low blue, obviously, and nade it if he needs to, and pepper deep red if he needs to, but he's just playing off info off the guy that runs up mid. That's what the phase break is, and it's the most efficient way of playing the objectives off break.
And I think that guy that goes stairs, you're right, he could help, right? Like if they go right street, he can help, he can go top heli, look, get an angle from stairs, right, and help him right. Or if they end up hitting through blue and they get the info, he can just turn and just lay down.
He can slide and turn and maneuver anywhere on the map to stay alive and rotate for his teammates.
You have all the overloads on trades instead of sitting in your base, and now you're the one sliding out to them, and they're stopping the fucking clock and all the angles.
Tom, can you play it from the very break off?
Yep. I'll rewind it. I'll rewind it to the very beginning. So this is the very break off here. See Carolina, they just 3-hit blue off the rip. Somebody goes outskirts. Then they have one guy go deep. They're like,
they don't even look at the cross.
No, they don't do anything.
They don't even look at the cross.
You lost off the break. You lost already.
We're not even looking. That's why they don't know they're going A because no one's watching the fucking cross.
What's number 2 doing off the rip? What is Abuza doing off the rip? No, actually, I'm just curious. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Is there an angle that he has here, or is there something? What's the goal?
He's shooting
here?
at something. I think he's shooting the explosive barrels top heli, so they can't hop up on there, which you can still do even without the barrels.
Okay,
but he's shooting. Yeah, he's shooting the barrel up there, so they can't get the angle on him. But the angle is there, so they go A, and then they don't defend A properly. So I'm not sure.
Their fill order off that break was just the worst way it could be.
Yeah, that was just not pretty. Definitely think if you're Seattle Surge, you got to go back and take a look at some of these control rounds because they're throwing away the point super fast.
I mean, this is the issue with Seattle. It's like we suck at high rise. Well, what about invasion? They're terrible at invasion. We've talked time and time again.
Well, they gotta get better, bro.
Offense.
Listen, Slasher said it in the interview, Ben. He said it in the interview. This is what happened with Boston, right? He says that they make mistakes and they talk about the mistakes and then they keep making the same mistakes, right? I've been on teams where we were like that too. We'd talk about things and then the next day we'd still go through the same problems and go through the same mistakes. And I think that might be what's going on with Seattle. Either that or they're drooling and bumping into walls during scrims. And they're not talking about this shit.
We're lagging out in scrims.
Yeah, or they're lagging out in scrims.
We're just talking about straight just eating fucking chips at drywall is what we're talking about here. Right?
Yeah. And before we move on to the next series, there was a stair glitch in the Rio Hardpoint. And I don't know what you guys think about this. I don't even know if stair glitching is G8. I need a pro player to come in here and tell me what's going on with stair glitching. I need somebody to come in here. I know Asim's going to be joining us for his series. He's already poking me. He's in here somewhere.
Let's bring Asim in early.
Unless MC's poking me as Asim, which could very well be. It could very well be MC.
I doubt it.
You don't think so? Also, is he in a hidden call in here?
He's in the hidden channel.
Yeah, go get him, Ben. Go get his ass.
I can't go in the channel, so I don't know what the fuck you want me to do about that.
Okay. Well, maybe text him. Oh, there he is.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey, Asim, what's going on, man?
How we doing, man?
Hey, so after a big win, you got to come on, hop on a show. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Just say what's up. You know,
can I ask you a question, Asim? Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure. Ask me a question, Tom.
Okay.
Ask me anything.
Is stair glitching G8 or no?
Tom, as a new pro, all I know is that snaking and snare chasing is G8 from my knowledge.
Snaking and stair glitching is G8.
Yeah.
Well,
and single tap. And single tap. There's 3 things that I know.
Snaking and single tap is 100% G8. Now, the stair glitch I'm confused about. Has a vote been going through on this? I know you're new to Boston here, but do you have maybe Austin or somebody who can hop in real quick? What is the deal with it? Because I remember Austin was in the laydown spot on high rise. He said we never talked about it, blah, blah, blah. But then after that moment, I thought they did talk about it. So I'm just very confused.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did, but I mean, I haven't really asked because I don't really stair cheese.
I feel like you can't. I feel like it needs to be G8 because otherwise we would be seeing it in every situation, right?
Well, we have Austin Lytica joining us. Austin, you want to weigh in?
What's up,
gentlemen?
Slash?
I'll tell you what the deal is. So blatant glitching when there's a staircase is most definitely G8.
Okay. So
the problem is a lot of the other spots where it is a stair glitch, but there's not a staircase. You have to go on a case-by-case basis because of the players who play the game today. and that's what it is.
Wait. Can you elaborate on that last point? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
Pat, you know exactly what I mean by that.
Yeah, I just want you to elaborate for the chat that may not know.
So some of the spots are a stair glitch, but there's not a staircase. So there's a gray area there. And some pros will just be like, well, dude, it's not a stair glitch or a staircase. How was I supposed to know? Even though they know damn well that it's a fucking stair glitch. You know what I'm saying?
We gotta change the conversation then.
Pat, back in the day when me and you used to play, we used to look at each other and be like, hey, no whack stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we just, as gentlemen would shake hands and play, and the better man would win.
We were gentlemen about it.
Yeah, we were gentlemen.
There's not gentlemen. There's just little men.
Exactly.
I think.
What hill was it on? Where was the staircase? Do you know?
It was on Rio.
Yeah, I know it's on Rio.
And that's a staircase. That is a blatant staircase.
That was a staircase, yeah.
On P5, Tom.
It's on P3. It
Was it P3?
was on a P3, I think, right?
No, it was Brezzy on. I'm talking about.
So yeah, all the
P5,
staircases like that are guaranteed GA. Like that's for sure, without a doubt, a stair glitch.
Okay.
Well, so it sounds like, Austin, you need to rethink the phrase stair glitch to like a pixel spot, one that's very blatantly clear, like stair, fucking snow pile, fucking hiding in a divot in the ground where you can't fucking see someone because they're 1 pixel deep. That's the fucking GA, not, to your point, like this actual literal representation of what the words are.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
exactly.
You need a clip, Tom? I can find it for you.
Yeah. Try and find it. Just find a timestamp if you can, or find it. I'm trying to find it.
Yeah.
I can't find it. I'm doing it.
Tom,
I
have a question for you, Tom.
Yeah, of course, Ace. I'm going.
Could you believe there was a sink in my ear, dude?
That's insane.
Could you believe that?
I found it. I found
insane.
it. Yeah. The fact that there was a sink in your ear, bro, is. I thought that was from today's. I thought that was from today.
Can I ask the referee in your call what his name was?
We actually don't
I don't know his name. Yeah,
but bro, there was more than that. There's pots and pans going off, and also, bro.
That's insane.
Yo, I was seeing red because we were up 100 points, and I don't think we got a point after that. Obviously, it had nothing to do like we were getting shit on from that point on. But like, bro,
you're losing composure if you hear that shit, bro. You're losing.
Like, bro, it is so hard to stay locked when someone is doing dishes in my ear during a serious match.
Bro, and it was loud too. It wasn't like it was background noise. It was loud.
And there was more too. We cut out a lot, bro. I'm telling you, bro. There's pots and pans, plates, fucking bada bings, everything.
Bro, Deadass sounded like he put up the Blue Yeti next to the sink and just started giving you like an ASMR show, bro.
Hold on, I got the clip right here. Let's tune in real quick. Hold on, let's watch the clip. It's 14 seconds.
Stop topping, you guys. Go stop. Still in the same spot. Yeah, he got me. Let's do that. I'm going back out. Hydra pitching. Someone's mic going back out. You should fucking mic, please. Going back out, guys. Top fire weak. Top fire, there's two. One's absolute.
No, you should.
Once you hear the water turn on, it's over. You're losing.
Bro, the worst part about it is when I told him to mute his mic, I assumed he was gonna mute his mic, bro. And then the pot started going. I was like, oh, this fucker just doesn't hear me. He just blew his dishes.
Yeah, I don't know, but then let's go back into the stair glitch. So this is what happened here. Brezzy was standing up initially, so it looked like he was. I don't know if he drop shot it into the stairs or if he straight stair glitched. I'm watching it now. Oh, no, he's stair glitching. But, he's stair glitching. Yeah, he's on the stairs. So what happens now? Red card.
Oh no, another Seattle GA break.
I actually don't think I've seen anything in the chat yet. So I don't know.
They're already the worst fucking team in the league, bro. Let them snake.
Yeah,
I mean, they need anything they can.
Dude, like that is insane. How do you ever kill that guy?
You don't.
Like, bro, like that's not a head glitch.
This is what he's doing in the match. I would get mad if he was doing this.
It's even worse if you're on the ground and not on the truck.
Annoying.
Like if you're on the floor and you're not on the truck, you can't even.
You won't see him at all.
You can't even see him. Like from that angle, it's like nearly impossible. But yeah, stair glitch comes in from Brezzy. Good shots.
That's a new player too. He's a new player on Seattle. He's not even.
Can I ask you a question, Austin?
Go ahead.
What's up?
So I'm sorry to interrupt you guys, but Austin, obviously I know that you're one of the head guys in the league when it comes to leadership, veteranship experience. So when you see Seattle consistently breaking these GAs, they're constantly doing it, going home from the event, you guys serve them penalties, and now you see it still in these matches to this day. What do you want to do moving forward with the Seattle roster when it comes to these GAs and abusing all these things?
Oh my God, this is some cop questions.
What a great federal question by Doug.
Like, what is the plan for the league when it comes to this? I know there's conversations. I just want to hear what you guys talk about.
See, my original thought was I think it needed to be stricter from the get-go. I think the no warm-up scrim for a match is not a good first penalty. I think it should be like 1 week without scrims as your first penalty. And then like after that, it's like, bro, you're not getting a scrim for a month, or like, you know what I mean? Like actually have some strict stuff that really like, I don't know, like basically gets people to not do this shit.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. It looks like karma is kicking in because these guys are dog shit, and they've broken 17 GAs.
Yeah, they're
it's in God's hands, and he is smiting them down.
I mean, they have broken GAs.
Is that real?
Multiple GAs.
Nah,
they've
like
broken
5.
like 6, dog. It's like 6 or 7.
Oh my god, that's a lot still though.
Bro, they're literally the worst team in the league. Like God got us, bro. Like fuck a scrim.
You
Like,
say
we're
God
chilling.
got us? Yeah, no, I'll be honest. They have broken a lot. As GA
Karma
commissioner,
has shit rolls downhill, bro.
As
And they're at
GA
the bottom of the league.
I fell to my knees in the Walmart parking lot. I mean, it's over with.
Jesus.
It's over with, guys. It's over with. But let's move over to the unless you guys have anything else on the Carolina series, on the Seattle series, guy. Anything else there? I think we're good on that.
Seattle play Toronto next, so
good luck.
be future betting 3-0 on that one.
Yeah, that's a DoorDash. All right, let's move on to the next series of the day. Austin Ace, you sticking around for your series? You want to join us or no?
I mean, yeah, if I got, I'll stay.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's go over to the next series of the day. We got Slasher and Asim joining us. We got a Boston Breach victory over the Minnesota Rocker, 3-2 in favor of the Boston Breach. Take a look at the stat. Oh, Jesus Christ, it's the red carpet for the Minnesota Rockers.
0.9s though. 0.9s. 0.9s.
0.9s. It is a 0.9 red carpet, and it did go all the way down to a final map. Ben, we'll start things off with you. I don't got much clips on this series. I do have one clip, and Austin Asim, I don't know if you guys have seen this clip, but you guys got hold on a spawn here, and I'm gonna show you. I know it's a shocker to you guys.
Okay, let me see.
Also, I would love for you to break this
No,
one
wait,
down
the
for us.
spawns are bad? Shocker.
Yeah, it's definitely a shocker.
This is a fun series. Obviously, Boston took both hard points, and the sub base got down to the wire, which was interesting. Minnesota kind of controlled that search and destroy invasion, and we'll get to that. You know, Boston guys, that's kind of about, I think, some of the struggles you guys have, especially on offense on that map. The control was pretty gritty, and by gritty, I mean it fucking boring, and I never want to watch another invasion control again.
Triple
Five
invasion is so fun.
defenses in a row.
So
but,
fun.
I mean, bro, we got to, I'm sorry, it's the elephant in the room. We got to talk about it again, bro. Minnesota Rocker, they get to a game 5. They have a good record on Karachi, and the Boston guys just outplayed them almost every round on that map. And once again, another heartbreaking fucking game 5 loss for Minnesota, where they go the distance and they can't clutch up.
Well, did they just have no
ice.
ice? Because they have Lamar, the ice man. Are they holding him back in the game 5?
Got no ice.
They need to go outside and grab some of the snow on the ground in fucking Minneapolis, St. Paul. Like, I don't know what to say.
You like that? That was smooth, right? I was quick with that. I was quick. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
No, but realistically, I mean, what? It's 3 game 5s in a row they lost now. It's got to be frustrating for the Minnesota guys who are they're just there. They're battling these series. They're being competitive, but they can't close them out. Like, it sucks because now you're sort of, you know, what do you do about losing 3 game 5s in a row?
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be. They're probably just their decision making, or they're getting countered on. I know, Austin, you talked about it in the interview, but I mean, you probably just watched VOD on some of these guys as well, and they're probably just not adapting, especially in the map 5s. They're just getting caught. And even looking at the stat sheet here in the map 5, I mean, take a look here. I know Asim, you found, how many first bloods did you find in this map? Like 4, 3 or 4?
Like, I mean, 4 or 5.
Like, it's on the scoreboard there, Tom. You got 4.
But who's counting? Yeah, and then and then P-Dog, Preston had such a good map. Preston, not only a map, but Preston had a great series.
Yeah, P-Dog was frying.
17,000 damage from P-Dog. I mean, that's just phenomenal from him. Sam, what did you think about the series, bro?
I think Minnesota has absolutely 0 clutch factor. It's I said it yesterday that if they played the way that they played against like Toronto and Optic, that they could beat Boston. But once this went to a game 5, I actually think, like, as a player, not having game 5 success recently starts to creep in a little bit. Like, shit, we're in the same situation again. So I think once this went game 5, I'm gonna be honest, I think they were kind of fucked. But Boston looked good today, dude. I think everyone played really well. Austin, you might be him. You're fucking absolutely gross at this game. And Snoopy's really coming around. Hate his comms, despise the comms, but he was absolutely shooting his gun today. So
yeah, I mean, he had a crazy map 1. He came out.
Yeah, he had like what, 32, 31?
Yeah, he had 4,800 damage, 32 and 21.
Yeah, he was shooting his fucking gun.
My picks.
Asim and Austin, I know you guys probably have talked to Snoop about his comms. I'm sure he's working on it, correct?
Yes.
It's a real in-depth
Thank
answer.
you, Slasher.
Jason, do you want to expand on that?
Yeah. We've been working on them every day. You know, trying to get them going.
All right, no answer. All good. Move on.
No, I mean, what do you think?
No,
to
Eric's defense, he was his first team he played with less than a year ago. He was only speaking in Spanish, and then when I picked him up, he went from speaking only in Spanish to speaking in English. So I'm not going to compare it to Apathy.
I actually didn't know that either. Wow.
Apathy. When I teamed with Apathy, he was just like Eric with comms, and I had to work really hard with Brian to get his comms good, and then his comms got good. So I kind of see a lot of Brian and Eric. Like he only started speaking English in comms when he started teaming with me. So like I just expect it to take some time, but I know how much he truly cares to be better. So I definitely
bring in Doug as a comms coach. Boston Breeze.
Well, if his performance is good, then the comms thing, it's kind of like when I look at Hydra and Cold War. It's a similar situation that I see in my head.
Yeah, I had a problem with this when I was playing, like as a sub player. Like it's not even so much. It's more about when you're making a play on a map, like especially with Snoopy, right? Because he's such a hyper aggressive player. He likes to be impactful. He likes to make plays, find gaps. You have to be able to communicate with your team what you're doing before you're doing it, or else it's gonna fuck everybody else up, and they're not gonna know what's going on. You know, and for instance, if Snoopy wants to push something out and he needs a certain spawn blocked, or somebody needs to block something, or a spawn might come in and somebody needs to pick it up. I mean, if Snoopy's not communicating what he's doing and he's blacking out, which again, this is a problem I had. Lamar used to just scream at me all fucking day. And then eventually, I guess the one thing that I did to just get over it, because I definitely got better with it as the year went on, was just focus on it, like in practice. Just talk about just be a blabbermouth in practice and just calm everything to the point where your teammates can't say jack shit about you not calming because you're calming it all. And then you get into a habit of it. Like eventually after doing it for a few days, after a couple weeks, I mean, you'll definitely just get into the habit of
it just becomes natural at that point.
I think the other
it becomes natural. And it's hard. I will say, like as a sub player who's been in that role, it is hard sometimes when you have an aggressive role, you got to make a lot of decisions in your head very quickly. And you're making quick decisions, especially Snoopy's very reactional and very situational depending on what's going on. Sometimes it might be hard for him, the calm, when he's in the mix and he's in the moment. That's just going to be a habit that he has to break out of, especially at this level. Because when you're at the highest level and you get to the top teams, the communication is what's going to set you apart. And it's what's going to lead to you making less mistakes, ultimately. So
we've talked about there's a game of scams, and if you don't communicate what you're doing and everybody goes down 3 dead, it can end up poorly. And I think the other piece of it, too, about, obviously make sure people doing the right stuff behind you, but also if you call out what you're doing, your teammates can come out and support you, and maybe you're close to streaks, you want to bait them, you can set yourself up to get some positive map position by having good comms.
Yeah, I mean, I think to touch on it a little bit, I'll tell you what I told him. I was like, my biggest thing with him, I was like, bro, say it with your chest. Yeah. I want to hear what you like. Don't just call out like, Toronto Ultra calls out quiet, but they're clear.
They're clear.
You know what I mean?
He's pulling a Z-Carbone. He's pulling a
like, I just want to hear it, bro. Like, I want you to confidently speak.
All right.
Yeah, that's what Z does. He calls out.
He talks in lowercase. He talks in lowercase.
It's not. You don't need to be loud. You just need to like. And Austin, one thing.
Dagger said Z, bro. Come on.
So Austin, I coach the ponies. I'm gonna get those guys great. I'm gonna make those guys. They're currently gold 2. I'm gonna get those guys to fucking top 250 eventually. But one thing that I hate, Austin, and I don't know if you agree with me on this, but some callouts need to be stressed.
Yes.
Like, bro, you can call him if there's a guy across the map. Like, yeah, he's on the Palace wall. Yeah, Palace right side. Yeah. He's flanking us. If somebody's flanking you and about to shoot 2 guys in the back, I need you to start yelling. You know what I'm saying? Like,
start flailing your arms and shit.
Like, bro, because I'm watching Cowboy and the ponies, bro, and his teammates are getting pinched. 3 of his teammates are getting pinched, and he goes, "Yeah, behind you. Yeah, turn around, guys. You just want to pinch you?"
Like, yo, motherfucker, turn around.
And then nobody heard it. And I'm like,
I agree, bro.
I think that's an underrated skill gap.
Yes,
to be honest. Knowing how to communicate and like knowing what to stress and not to stress. Because I've always said that too. Like, bro, when you stress a comm, I am flying at it. If you say like, if you're screaming at me, I'm gonna run. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna do whatever I need to do.
Even little things. Like, so go ahead, keep going.
I was just gonna say, like, whereas if you're calm, like I can, like, I'll take my time with it, like, you know what I mean, like, because like I think that's some people's problems is like they either spam every call out or they don't spam at all, and if you spam every call out, that's when you get the sprints.
Yeah.
So like. There's definitely a skill gap with that and knowing what to stress and what not to stress.
I mean, even like Tommy, to what you were saying too, like there's a lot of times like because I'm just new to the team and I haven't had the whole preseason to get accustomed to his comms. Yeah. Like you'll hear me during maps say like, Eric, I need you to be louder, like literally in the map, because like there's so many comms that he says that like I can't hear because I'm so new to the team and I'm not used to his tone that like I'm trying to get him to be louder, like so I can actually hear what he's saying. Because he's saying the right stuff. It's just when you mumble it or if you talk in lowercase, you can't really hear it.
Right. So, no, it makes sense. Even just like what an urgency thing. Like if you have 3 dead, right? Be like 1 dead, 2 dead, 3 dead. It's like, oh, 3 dead. You know what I mean?
Last guy here.
Yeah, it's like now it's time to go. You know, now it's time to move. It's just changing that energy in the call. But Pat, what did you think about the series? 3-2 Boston Breach. I think you were the only one.
Slayer was the only one to have us. Let's go, Slayer.
That was the only one.
I knew.
Let's go, Slayer. Appreciate that.
He said, I knew.
I did. There was a couple things. Asim. Gunning Vivid 4 first bloods, game 5, Asim. I see.
Come on, Slayer.
I see.
Come on, Slayer.
But look, Rockers on a losing streak, man. They lost 5 out of the last 6. Obviously, they've gone to the wire against some good teams, but it's like, I feel like we would have seen more from this squad if they were really gonna be, that team to start knocking.
Othiger or
right.
Ultra.
So I'm at the point where I'm not high on this Rocker squad, and I think Breach are looking good, man. I think they are. I still need to see P-Dog step it up more. He did obviously today. But yeah, I'm high on the Breach, Tom.
It's good, Slay. Yeah, P-Dog did step up today too. Go ahead.
2 things. One, Riley. Shout out Riley's in the chat. He did call on my stream today that Boston was going to win, so shout out to him for that, even though I was a doubter. Sorry, guys. The second thing is, you want to know who Rocker play next, Pat?
Some good team that they're going to get World Star by?
They play Atlanta Faze, and we'll get to their series in a second. Then it's Steve, Seattle, and Miami. So they can lose 4 straight and then win 3 straight and make it a winner's bracket, but likely might be getting in here with a low seed and having to beat one of the teams they've lost to in a tough fashion the last 4 or 5 matches here.
Yeah, one clip from the series now that we have Austin and Asim. Now, looking back at it, maybe Snoopy was looking at the spawn here. I really don't know, but take a look at where Vivid spawns here.
Oh, I know where he spawns back glass, right?
So he spawns back. I don't know what you call glass, but he spawns
back server.
Yeah, back server. Yeah, so he spawns behind you guys here. Yeah. Which isn't there a spawn here too? Like this P2 side on this hill, or is there not a spawn?
Nah, it's just back in the back of the hill, and then glass, and then back glass.
Okay, so do you think because Snoopy was looking at this spawn here, that's why he spawned there? Do you think that's what caused it, or do you think this
but it didn't make any sense because I'm pretty sure I was top 3rd and he was in the hill and they were still spawning in the back. Like, see, look at bro. Usually when I'm up here, they start spawning out, and I'm just like, bro, they're still spawning back here. I'm like, they're just still all here.
Yeah, even with Snoopy, so Snoopy gets 2 kills and they still spawn back there, right?
They're just spawning there. Yeah. See, he just spawned there,
and then he spawns out, and then this ends up costing you guys a little bit here. Because then he ends up shooting you guys off the next point. Like, he catches you guys slipping. I don't think you guys realized that he was here because he spawned out. And
I think the problem I told my teammates, I'm like, don't let me play initial. Because when I'm in initial, shit like this is happening. I'm just trolling.
Dude, you need to be free, bro.
I'm like, bro, let me not play initial, bro. I want to play top Godheady.
No, that's crazy. That's hilarious. That's fucking common.
We're not bumping Slash off time?
Bro, that's crazy.
But yeah, I guess, another broken spawn. Also, tell me a little bit about Subbase. Is that map fucking terrible? Because I think it's terrible.
Dude, I just think the spawns are terrible on all the maps, personally. I think there's some of them that you just throw your hands up like, damn, unlucky. Like, some of the stuff that happens on Skid Row, P3s, people spawning top mid, fucking garage.
P2s, people spawning garage.
You guys were talking about it where Clay spawned a garage got a 2-piece. It's like, bro, come on, man. Like, what is that?
Yeah, no, 100%. This Subbase goes all the way down to the wire as well. This one goes all the way down. I mean, talk me through this, Asim. What happened towards the end of this map here? How'd you guys close this out? What were the comms like here?
I think P-Dog just bailed us out. He made some solo plays in server and got the guys off P1 time, and then luckily we spawned a new and just got to P2 roto. Really, I think
Lamar absolutely blacked out and slid down into the time.
Bro, that was what I had next. I was gonna show that here.
Wait, when?
You'll see at the very end right before the P2 hill pops. Like, Sam, he killed my teammate top P2, and I was thinking like, I'm gonna have to rip this guy off the barrel heady, but he just went down the steps and gave me a freebie. So
right when Lamar moves here is like kind of where the game is.
Oh, so it's
like before the hill top.
I'll show you. I skim by. It's right here. Yeah, because if Lamar stays on the head glitch here and buys time, all he needs to do is win 1 fight. And if he buys time here and wins this 1 fight. I mean, his teammates
got really mixy, but we were still going to spawn in the back regardless, I think.
Yeah, but I think Lamar should just stay there the whole time. Even if he gets the kills, don't even move. Just wait for your team and just sit there.
You'll tell someone else to jump in the hill, but you know Lamar, like, he's like, I'll get the time.
Sure, he's been shooting. He'll do it all.
If somebody's filling behind him, he gets in hill.
Lamar's been shooting, bro.
No, he has been shooting. Lamar's been
shooting, bro.
Yeah, and that ended up costing him there. It was a good win though at the end right there from UA. So I'm sure it helped that he walked off the head glitch here.
Yep.
But it got mixy for sure. So good win. How you guys feel about the W? I'm sure you guys are feeling pretty fucking good. Any questions from the co-host? Anybody on the staff? Anybody in a line here has any questions for Austin or Asim?
Some of the evasion offensive struggles. We've watched it a couple times now from you guys. I think you really struggle to get bloods and really get like aggressive pressure in the beginning of the rounds. Is it something you guys are working on? Is it maybe people tactically adjusting to you? Like, what's sort of the read on that?
Nah, Ben, this is the problem, bro. Listen. We do the bread and butter. Yo, get some info. We get the info, and then we just lick a wall with the info.
The do nothing,
bro. We have the info. We know where they're at. Make a play.
Yeah.
Smoke something out. Hit the bomb. Mid tank. Something.
Especially the rounds where they have no trophies, Austin. I hate that.
Oh my God.
Like, yo, I want to lurk, guys. That means you got to make some noise.
No, it's true, though. A lot of people, Austin, when it comes to, like, the strat where you're spreading the lanes and just working for picks, also a big part of that is just not to get picks, but just to get info, right? Like, spread the map,
info,
like,
and then you make a play up. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what makes the best S&D players is people who can adapt mid-rounds and change it up.
Because it's like really educated guesses. It's not like just blind hitting something. You like get a good read that something's open or like there's a guy by himself somewhere and you just play off it.
Yep.
And I just don't think we're doing that well right now on that map.
Yeah.
Listen, the last thing I want to say is that the lights were in ZooMaa's eyes and the sync was in my ears.
No.
Right? That's all I'm saying.
No, that's crazy, bro. That is crazy.
Dude,
Nah, that's nuts. What happened to the next 3 maps, Joyce? What happened to the next 3 maps? You remember.
Yeah, I remember.
Donnie was laughing at me. Remember Don Dada? He was laughing. That motherfucker. But, yo, that's going to do it for the Boston, Minnesota series. Anybody else got anything else to say? Any other questions?
Besides Slaya, I got no gas ram at 5. Just letting you guys know, 4 first bloods against Reese. Work the bomb sites real right, you know.
You say you got no gas? We gave you your gas.
No, you didn't give me gas. Slay gave me gas.
Wait, work the bomb sites? I started taking the bomb for you.
Oh shit!
There's some
I was like, yo,
turmoil.
Sim, you're on a streak, bro. Play my God, Heady. You can have it. I'll take
Yo, the lurk for the missile though, Sim?
Yeah, you like that?
The lurk for the missile?
That was some good work.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, no missiles. You guys are playing with useless stun still.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah, we are.
Those
Isn't that hilarious?
Wait, aren't the stuns buffed in the new update?
Now they're better than they were before.
Yeah, they're better.
You can't even fucking move when you get hit.
Or look.
Wait, what happened?
Which I like. I like the fact that they're making
fixed them, Pat, but they made them like better than they were prior to when they broke them. So when you get stunned, you die. Like
so it's like a Black Ops 4 stun?
Yeah, just put your controller down.
Yeah, pretty much.
But that's how stuns have always been, right? Without tac
No, it's worse than it's ever been. Like the stun is.
Oh, you're saying it's just longer? It just lasts longer?
Stuns were like in a good spot before they broke them. Like they worked well. You were stunned for a good amount of time. Now it's like a flash, and you just can't move. Like they're insane.
Can you aim in though?
Yeah, you can aim in.
Okay, in BO4, you used to take your hand off your gun and put it in your eyes.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was
I'm pretty sure you can aim in.
Yeah, no, that's definitely. I think the tac usage is always a big thing. I thought the cruise missile update was such a big thing. Just being able to get kills now with your cruises. I mean, playing for a missile now is just super important if you're on a streak here. Man, what are you giggling about? What are you smiling at over there? You got a girlfriend? Are you tasting your girlfriend?
Don't worry about it.
You know what I mean? You're on Tinder? What are you doing over there?
Oh shit!
I see.
You never seen in the Twitch chat Benjamin Seam's Tinder date?
That's it. That guy's a 6 month sub.
He's a 6 month sub. Yeah,
I don't think he might be a 0 month subbed in my stream, which is interesting.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah. He or
Doug,
she.
How you doing,
Ben
Doug?
for more of a Bumble guy.
I'm doing well.
Yeah. Hey, Doug, you got any questions? This is your squad right here, the Boston Breach. Are you proud of the squad coming out and getting the dub?
Yeah, my question was going to be, after you guys got embarrassed by New York, what was the vibe like?
Well,
holy fucking... No, let's keep it a buck.
Let's keep it real.
I'll let you know,
if
Doug.
you're going to get 3-0'd in 25 minutes, it's going to hurt your ego, Pat. We've been here before. So I want to know what you guys had to do, like internally, if you feel comfortable to share it, to kind of shift it around getting into today. Because Minnesota is obviously a good team. I honestly had you guys winning this just because I don't want to jinx you guys, but I just think that you have better ice than Minnesota. Like, you just have more clutch factor to you. So I didn't really have a concern about the series personally, but it's a really good sign to see when you get slammed, you come back and win. So I want to know, like, what went down.
Yeah, I'll let you know, Doug. So, after New York, we got 3-0'd. We got pretty badly slammed. We didn't get much kills. You know, I got the whole team in a room. We watched Remember the Titans. We got some grit on our belt last night.
Watch your mic. You're breathing.
Oh, my bad.
No, you good.
And then, yeah, we just got some nice team morale from a movie.
The team actually did that last night?
Yeah,
we
that's what we
watched Remember
did.
the Titans.
I love that. That's great.
That's fucking sick.
Mobile, agile, hostile.
Yeah, that's good. A little movie bonding. That's good.
Yep.
It's nice. It's
Literally
good.
mind
It's good
gym
work.
on the doorstep. Word to Crim 6, man.
I think that's the one thing, right? Is like if you do get slammed like that, is just regaining as a team off the game, like out of the game, and just reset, get a whole mental reset. That way, when you go into scrims or go into the next day, you just come ready to go and focused and locked.
Yeah, we were feeling hostile today, you know?
Yeah.
Gotta Remember the Titans.
And also, Benji Nassim changed his profile picture. Yeah, look at this. It's a good profile picture, man. I like it.
I want to do the animated email, but Twitter sucks. That's all good.
Damn. Yeah, there's a lot of porno on there these days.
Ah, Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's true, guys. You guys don't see X these days or Twitter? You don't see what's going on
Hey,
there?
that's the For You page, Tom.
Yeah.
That's
my
for
For You
you.
page is clean,
I
brother.
don't know
My
what
For
you're
You
saying.
Listen, guys,
clean,
let's
brother.
not do this. Let's not do this. Okay, I'm not talking about the For You. I'm talking about comments under people's tweets.
Hey,
okay,
Tom,
okay.
what you see is what you see, bro.
I think
All
that's
good,
your
baby.
algorithm, Tom.
You think
That's
my
your
algorithm's showing titties?
Yeah, I think
Oh,
you're searching
shit.
them up or something.
Might be, Tom.
Look at them. Look at them. They go. Okay, let's move on. Okay, let's go on to the New York Subliners Atlanta Faze series. Unless anybody else got any questions or anything else to say. Anybody else?
I got one more thing, Austin. You beat Lamar Game 5 and then stole his gimmick in the interview. That's crazy.
Oh, stole his gimmick?
That's crazy. He said stick to the GP
bro,
on GD in the interview, bro. I
That's
can't
a good
believe
gimmick.
it.
That's a good
You
gimmick.
stole his gimmick, bro. You stole it, man.
That is his gimmick. I'm not like taking credit for that, but it's very true. You always stick to the GP on GD. You don't
like
stray
that.
away.
That's
That's
nice.
correct.
It's always good.
Love that one.
Stick to the GP and GD, folks. You know what it is. Also, shout out to the Bulldog in the chat. I see the Bulldog in the chat right now as a Faze supporter. Go fuck yourself, but it's an absolute
shit.
pleasure. I love you, Bulldog. It's a pleasure. Let's hop into the next series. We had Atlanta Faze going up against the New York Subliners in New York. We're able to take this over Atlanta Faze 3-2. They edge them out in both S&Ds. They were able to take one respawn, which was a Skid Row hardpoint. But I think the key factor here was just both searches went to the New York Subliners.
Shout out Slasher's prediction.
I called it.
Dude.
I called it.
Yeah, Slasher.
Shout out Slasher's
Austin,
prediction.
So, Austin, what made
I
you
didn't
predict?
see that one on the breaking point.
No, Austin,
He said in
after
his
his
interview.
match, they interviewed him and they said, what do you think is going to happen? And Austin said New York will win it in 5 and win both S&Ds. So he called it to a T. Austin, why'd you say that? What made you say that? Is it just because you've been playing these teams, you just know what they're good at and what they're not good at? Or is there something else?
I just know that New York is a really good search team right now. And I think FaZe obviously is still good at that mode. But for whatever reason, I just figured that New York was going to take them. I feel like, that game 2, right? They 6-0'd them. Like, bro, that was literally a masterclass on that map, and it was not even close.
Yeah.
And I just figured that, like, if New York extended the series, like, they're bound to win one respawn, right? Like, you get a map out of Paco or someone, Kiz, like, where they can just steal a respawn, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. Nah, and they came out, they won both searches. I mean, we'll start with you, Pat, at the bottom. What were your thoughts on the series? You called a 3-0 DoorDash for the New York Subliners.
Yeah, I mean, Tom, like I've said
and then a
before,
3-2.
Win by an inch, win by a mile. It's all the same thing at the end of the day. I predicted New York to win this. I think they've just been on the uptrend. I think, that one event where they didn't place well was a small fluke. And so yeah, I've just always been high. This is a godlike team, and they showed it here.
Mm-hmm. Sam, what did you think?
They look really good, man. I mean, it's what Pat said. This is the uptrend. Yeah, they got last at the event. They didn't have a poor event. They got last.
Yeah,
So we were
event.
hard. We were hard on them, bro. And I mean, it's how it is. It's the expectation of the defending champions is championships, and when you don't play well, we fucking harp on it.
Yeah.
And since they've come back from Major 1, they've looked really fucking good, and they beat FaZe today. They look like, bro, New York has looked unbelievable in their last 3 series.
Something to keep in mind, though, Sam, is not many teams can or have won the last event of the previous game and then won the the first
I'm not
event.
saying win.
I mean,
I'm
I
saying
have
don't get
personally,
last.
but not many teams have. Personally, I've done that, but not many have.
I mean,
I'll
no
say.
difference like the
This
Carolina
New York
but losing
team
Carolina.
should be competing for championships. They got last. They deserved criticism, period. And now I am going to gas them because
fluky.
they look really good. That's how it works. I'm not going to sit here and say they're a phenomenal team when they got dead fucking last. I'm going to say they're a phenomenal team after they beat FaZe.
But it doesn't change how good they are is what I'm saying. Like, one bad event doesn't change how good or bad a team is. That's the reality of it.
I mean, maybe if they'd gotten like top 6 or top 8, but
no, you can get 17th. It's the same thing. It's a bad event. They again,
situation.
The team has the second best record in the city.
If you get last as the defending world champions, do you or do you not deserve criticism?
Of course,
for having a bad event, of course, but not for being a bad team, which is what it's actually why I think Chris.
I don't think any of us were saying they were. Bro, we did our tier list and we were playing.
Definitely didn't call them a bad team. That's for sure.
Fourth or fifth spot. We're like, these guys are the bad event.
I called them shit.
Yeah, no, multiple. Haggy did too. I think that's actually why Chris didn't want to come to the show today. Is
no way. You think he's dodging?
He called them bad and he saw they lost. He's like, I'm out. I'm not gonna do it.
We might need to FaceTime fucking Chris.
He's hiding.
No, this guy. No, honestly, he's actually at a rave right now.
Scroll back down. I want to see these stats again. Scroll back down real quick.
You want to see the stats? Yeah, you go.
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to Dante here because Dante is a damage dealing, slaying machine. He is a pleasure to play with on the map. I love seeing a 0.78 for the win because it tells me that they're changing the way that I'm serious. It tells me they're changing how they play. Look, I keep on seeing Dante put up high damage and then the series is not the same. But now when you see him, listen, now when you see him,
let Doug talk. Let Doug go.
Pat, let me hear you go.
Go
no, I put up a picture.
What is this? Look, you guys want to laugh. I just want to get wins. And if I'm New York Subliners, if I'm Dante, I know I put up kills and damage. I'm putting up the least damage, the worst KD, and we're getting wins. There's a middle ground for them to find in their dynamic to be a lot better than what we've seen now and what we've seen a month and a half ago.
Yeah, and his stats would have looked a lot better if he didn't drop a point.
Map 1 was better.
Map 1, they got significantly
this is the only reason why his stats are a little flawed here. But geez, 9 and 30, Jesus Christ.
Bro, we should have seen this combo. I just looked this up. 5 of the last 6 series that 2 teams have played have gone last map. How the fuck do we not all just predict this shit was going game 5? These teams always seem to go a distance. And I agree with Austin. It seems like right now, New York's execution and search is on point. They definitely showed a class above. They let FaZe get back a little bit into it in that map 5s. It went to a 10th round, but love what you saw from New York in the search. And I think these 2 teams are going to battle a lot this year. Now that New York seems to have gotten back to the level that we expect them to and to be making it to some Sundays coming up here soon.
Yeah, that 6-0 was like one of the more impressive things that we've watched this year. I think, was it Ben FaZe had first blood like 4 or 5 rounds?
Oh my God! Infinity. Oh my God!
What the hell?
I've never seen that in my life.
What the fuck?
Wait, they had 4 first bloods and lost 6-0.
Yeah, they lost 6-0 with 4 first bloods.
Yep.
This is crazy.
99 kills.
You can't divide by 0. So
99 kills, man.
99 kills right there, man.
Least damage too. That's great.
975 damage, 8-0. What the fuck was he doing?
I want to talk about something in the series though, which was interesting, and we got the New York players in the chat. Did you guys expect FaZe to veto sub-base in the series? I thought what FaZe might do, because New York hasn't played that map a bunch. FaZe has and not good at it. They might leave it and dangle it in. If it gets in, it gets in. But instead, they remove one of New York's quote-unquote weaker maps. If you look at records, I don't know if it's actually their weakest map. And therefore, we get like a bunch of score-up maps in this series. And obviously, Skid Row ended up in, Karachi ended up in, and they split those maps. So
big square maps are ideal when you're playing amongst the top.
Dangle, another Benjay word, write it down.
Dangle.
Dangle it. Yep.
Square ups are always what you're gonna aim for when you're playing a good team.
And this was a square up. Fucking all these maps for both these teams were high records. This is a big square up for most of them. And New York came out on top on a gritty game 5, man.
Yeah.
Tip it.
Super gritty game 5. Definitely want to talk about the search a little bit, the map too. I mean, we went over it briefly, but what do you think happened to Atlanta FaZe? They kept finding first bloods, but they just couldn't capitalize it. Me personally, after watching it, just felt like after they got the first blood, there was always being somebody just doing some dumb shit and just giving away the man advantage, just over challenge. But I know there's been a lot of teams that have struggled with finding the first blood and not closing out the the round. And I don't know if it's just like a confidence thing or
I think it's in this specific, I mean, overall, it's like a lot of things, but I think in this specific instance, High Rise is a map with a million angles, and it's really hard to regroup after you, like, normally what you do when you get a blood is like you regroup, game plan, where you're going to hit something out or whatever. Like High Rise, there's a million ways to die. There's a million, like, it's hard to regroup as an offense or a defense when you get a blood on that map. So Once you get one, it's also a shit ton of trading on high rise. So like first bloods can be deceiving because they could just be instant traded and still counts as a first blood.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you just don't want to lose 4 3v3s though, which is sort of the issue. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think here in the hard point, the first hard point, I wanted to show some breaks here from Atlanta Faze because this could have gone a lot differently too if Faze wasn't breaking as many hills as they were. One of them being right here. Going into this P5 hard point, this is kind of where it starts for Atlanta Faze. This is where they just go on an absolute breaking spree. Starts with Kismet in the back. He's going to fall. Probably better if Kismet just plays an off angle there. Let Atlanta Faze run into him. Maybe catch somebody slipping there, but maybe he was just trying to get a better angle. I'm not really too sure. Bulldog's in the chat, so Bulldog, maybe you could tell me what happened there. But he ends up falling and Faze just make it look easy. They end up breaking through the back. If you're New York Subliners here, how would you set this up? How would you change this if you're New York? Or do you think that it was set up properly and they just lost their fights? I mean, what do you guys think?
Well, 2 is in the incorrect area of the map. How does Tyler get there?
Yeah, he runs right through mid alley.
I think he runs through in New York.
2 is in the wrong spot.
Yeah,
New York just ran. Tyler just ran through middle because they also spawned out P2.
Yeah, I mean it was a good play from Atlanta Faze to get aggressive after the kills.
Okay, this is just an opening because Kiz is there early.
Yeah. I thought Kismet was just gonna hide back here. I thought he was gonna hide.
Yeah, just play an off angle. Make him jump down.
Yeah, just play an off angle, like hide.
Just have 6 help you from the time, play an off angle for sure.
Well, I think the other problem is Dante and Paco switched bots, so they didn't even have a chance to shimmy and get any info. And
Yeah, and then you can see the break comes in from Atlanta Faze, starts off with a 2-piece from draws. So really good break from them there. And then as we move on through you guys know I can't show 120 seconds, so we got to show it clip by clip. And then we go into the next hill. It's a P1 hard point. Now Faze just has the streaks. I mean, from the P5, Zach was able to get a cruise missile from that. And we know how good cruise missiles are now. Faze do a good job. They take the routes before they use the streak. They have people in red. They have people top 3. Somebody chicken coop. Streak comes down. They work the kills. And they get right back in there. I didn't think there was much for New York to do there because the streak just comes down. And they kind of get funneled. And then we go into the next hill. It's just break after break. This is the P2. This is where I think New York should have held. They get a good rotation here. It was a good pickup from MC on the pinch here to get this guy red. I think this was a big kill here. I think if the guy red is able to get a kill or 2 here, Kismet, before falling, might have been able to help him there, but he ends up falling, doesn't find any kills, and Faze is able to break into the front. I mean, if you're New York, is there anything that you guys would have done differently there? Or do you think, again, it's just Atlanta Faze just using their numbers, getting aggressive, and winning some fights? You'd see a problem with New York's setup here.
It's all hindsight when you play Faze because they're really fast on the objective, and if you lose your first gunfight against them, they're just gonna outtrade you every time. So it's like you gotta really be on point. I feel if you're gonna play these guys.
Yeah, I guess the biggest thing for me is again just Kismet running around off rotation. I mean, Bulldog.
I know you're in the chat. Dante had left.
No, I know why he was doing it. Yeah, I think he also thought the timings he was gonna catch some like sprint in there, but it was a good pickup from MC to pick him up coming from red, which I don't know how MC knew he was there. They either saw him or maybe MC just made the read. I'm not really too sure, but it was a good play because I don't think they knew where he was. He filled in Dante's spot. They all start running. MC just jumped up. Got cooked. Maybe a second or 2 later, his timings were off a little bit right there.
Yeah.
Kismet probably finds a few kills there. And then you can see Atlanta Faze. They break on in. So good plays. Paco was trying to save him, but if anybody else has anything to say on that clip, let me know.
I think it's just pretty much that.
We just needed one more out of Paco.
In an opportune time.
He needed one after he popped 2.
He got a 3-piece. He got a
3-piece. Yeah,
he had 21 before anyone else.
We needed one more out of him right here.
One more kill there. Yeah. But Paco, he ends up falling. And then we go into the next hill. This is a P3. I mean, you guys can see a trend. We're literally going hill to hill here, and Faze is just breaking them all. New York, they get here early yet again. They're in this hard point, and you see where it starts. I mean, it starts with a guy over here, top red.
In P3 rotation, you hate to see that.
Yeah, Bulldog goes down red, which I don't even mind the chow too much from Bulldog. But then they all spawn out. Atlanta Faze hit it quick.
They're just out on both sides.
Yeah, they did a good job pinching this out and working kills. Actually, I don't know if you're the Bulldog. You probably want to play a corner here again, no? Don't you want to play a corner here?
For that Kevin fame.
If you're gonna push out the cuts, you better get the fucking kills.
I mean, Kiz was in the chat. I don't know if Kiz was still in the chat, but Bulldog, do you think you should have maybe just played a corner here again on some of these rotations?
Yeah, we're picking on Kiz. Play a rotation.
Yeah, we are picking on the Bulldog right now.
Nitpick the world champ MVP, you know?
No, dead
ass. Know what he's doing.
My bad, man.
To be fair, good players, when they make mistakes, take accountability for the mistakes. You know, I'm sure the Bulldog is
I'm catching
open-minded.
on, fair dagger. It's all good, though.
But that was, again, what, the 5th break in a row now that we saw from Atlanta Faze on these hills? Like, New York is getting to these hills early. And he said, yeah, that's a shit chow out of me. Yeah, but New York did a good job staying ahead of the game and getting here early. I thought this map could have looked a lot different if FaZe weren't able to break what they were breaking.
Also really different. Dante didn't go 9 in infinity.
Yeah, that too. But it worries me because as a FaZe supporter, you know, you want the FaZe boys to win some of these S&Ds and the respawns if they're looking a little sketchy, you know. Definitely think New York was beating them to the rotos there. But Atlanta Faze are a good hardpoint team when it comes to breaking. So actually that's not true. I think who was the caster that said the stat today on the stream? They're 9th in breaking, or they're 8th and New York is 9th.
Yeah, but they've been.
You wouldn't think with these two teams.
By holds. Yeah, because they've been playing ahead of the game on a lot of these maps, especially on Karachis. They haven't had to really win by breaks, but with the way this year's played out, they're not near the top right now in that stat.
Yeah, I just thought that was weird. But any thoughts on a map 1, guys? I got some other clips that I'm gonna bring up here.
We got Jay in the chat also. Let's give him his flowers for.
Hey, what's up, Jay? What's up? So, hey, Jay's doing a great job. Everybody show some love to Study, man. We got Study in the building, Study in the chat. Everybody show him some love. Then we go into the control. Again, it was all defensive wins until right here where MC, he was able to just make the play here. He starts from low red and he works up through columns. And I don't think anybody just saw him get here. He just finds himself a little gap. And sometimes this is what you need. Just an individual play from somebody to get you onto this point. That's what MC does. He stays patient. He doesn't shoot at anybody. He waits. He finds 1, finds 2 onto Caesar Guy's Bueno. And MC was able to get on here. And this pretty much solidifies the round for them because they were able to get this B point. Good plays from Simp as well. I know it shows MC's camera, but that is Simp. And then they end up staying down. They of course, New York, they're kind of blended here. The only play they really have is to jump over the fucking wall. And you guys know how that goes. So they end up getting funneled here. And this is pretty much what leads FaZe to winning this map. They win the offense. They end up bouncing back on the defense.
This run actually got a little bit close.
Got close. They couldn't get kills. FaZe had a hard time getting kills. And then it went all the way down to the wire.
And then they get 2-piece. And they had to invest a streak. But eventually, you know.
Yeah,
they had enough time and lives to make it work.
Yeah, I just thought that was the play there that won them the control. That was like the difference maker.
I have a question for you guys. They started 9-0, and they're 2-3 in their last 5. Are we worried at all, or is this kind of like a strength of schedule cheese? Like, what are we thinking?
Well, they lost to Toronto and New York, right?
Twice in New York.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they've lost to the 2 of the top 4 teams now. It's like
they got second at the event.
I know, but I'm asking if we're a little worried.
I think I'm worried about the surge.
New York's on an uptrend, FaZe kind of on a downtrend. Like it's.
I will say, Pat. I will say, yeah, a little bit. I mean, the S&D still look shaky, and I think the respawns were close. And even the way they were playing the respawns, New York beat them to a lot of rotations there, and they were just breaking because they're obviously a very talented team. But you know,
Sib went 9-30 too. Like
Sib went 9-30. I definitely think they're not perfect. They got a lot to work on, bro. 100%. I mean, they look shaky today, and they lost this. Well, I mean, they lost the series. They didn't look good today.
I have a question too, actually.
Go ahead.
I just want to. You guys made me think when you guys are talking about them being 9th and breaking. Is that actually true, or is it because they play a lot of Skid Row and you can't break on that map?
It might be.
That's true too.
Jake might be able to back us up because he's probably got the stats on that.
Because to me, I feel like they do play a lot of Skid Row, but I could be wrong. And
New York plays the most sub base though. They play a lot of sub base.
New York's played. FaZe played Skid Row 4 times. Karachi 6, 4 Invasion, 5 sub base, and Terminal 3 times. Real ones. So they play a lot of Skid Row, but they play a lot of other maps as well. And then for New York, it's the same. New York did a lot of job to evenly play out most of the maps in their pool in stage 1. They've done the same so far through this stage.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
One clip. Then I have some clips here from the Skid Row. This is actually just a really good break here from the New York Subliners. Thought they used their streak well here. Streak comes in. Actually, sorry, opposite. I thought this was dog shit for the New York Subliners because the streak comes in, but they don't really.
The second streak or the first streak?
This was the first streak, and then they streak
again.
That
was the second one.
Sorry, the second one. They streak 2 times. Let me rewind it because they do streak twice here. Which I don't know how you guys feel about the double streak. I don't know how you guys feel about that. So the double streak comes in. They use one of them. Skies ends up. He already used one, right? Let me rewind it all the way. Hold on. Let me go all the way back.
You can see it already used it because
there's a streak in the air when he does.
Yeah. Here it is. Okay, so this is where he calls it. So I just want to see where they are when he calls it. So I don't mind this. I actually like the first streak. I like this one because
the first streak's good.
They have a guy pushed out P5. They have two guys. They have two guys over there pushed out P5. I think the one thing here is like Caesar after he gets out of the streak is what probably pinch tunnel here. And try and kill this guy. Yeah, try and kill this guy tunnel. But I like the initial streak. I think Atlanta Faze, they end up just going big here.
They both go bottom there.
Yeah, they both went bottom.
Play by Faze.
If he had gone to the bottom. Oh, I see Caesar said in the point too. Like, yeah, the streak's bottom. He probably could.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, streak the top window.
Yeah. That's a good read, Sam. That's a good read right there.
You couldn't. I think he sat on the stairs.
Well,
you couldn't hit it.
What if they're thinking like using these streaks because New York probably wants to win it before it goes to like the last P5 where the streak could probably be useful. So they're probably thinking like on P3, P4, especially P4, the streaks are useless. Like, because the Barber Hill, you're never streaking anything. And then P3, usually people can just hide in top mid anyway. So it's like,
if they break P2,
I don't know if it's that bad to use these streaks here. It just doesn't pan out because I think it's Zach on the hill kind of finesses both of them.
Yeah.
It looks like.
Yeah.
Because if they would have broke
this
hill, then the game's over.
Went low. They both went down low.
They also killed the guy pinching at least once.
No, I don't mind the first streak. And Kismet said in the chat, he said we just did it because of a lead, and we can't streak on P1, P3, P4.
I don't even hate it, to be honest.
I didn't like the second streak that much. I think if anything, like you have a lead, if you can't break this, just make sure you hold the P3, which they did. And worst comes to worst, if it does go down to like a P5, I feel like it's good to have a back pocket streak.
It's really good on P5 for sure. But that's why I feel like if Faze extends it to the P5, like it's probably bad for you anyways. You know what I mean? Like you lost your full lead. Now it's a 220 game. Like.
And even right here, like after the streak, I mean, they did get one, and then the streak comes
Tyler
in and they got two.
Unreal read, to be honest. Tyler's read right here is why the streak didn't work. He stayed here for like an extra. Yeah, he stayed here for like an extra 5 seconds.
Also, this could be a nitpick. You guys let me know if you think this is a nitpick. They're both pre-aiming when the streak comes down, and they get 2 kills. So you can see here, two kills go down. They know one guy's deep tunnel and one guy's in hill, so they should know where they are here, right? Like two are dead. You know, one's in new. They just died tunnel. You see how like number 7 he sits here in Preem's tunnel, and then number 6 sit here in Preem's. Don't you think maybe somebody should just take out the pistol and just go for it? Somebody look over him like tunnel, maybe number 6. Like Dante can have his tunnel. Caesar could try and push up here and maybe get to this box or something. I don't know. Just progress up the map a little bit more. Like more map control there.
Bro, the crosses on this hill are so horrific that like.
I think it'd be easier if they were like in
If
P5.
they get caught sprinting there, it looks so troll at the same time.
But like you just have to take an insane risk to break this hill anyway. So like I see what Tom is saying. Like bro, just try to fucking get an opening. Like
Basically, like if I have 2 dead and one's deep tunnel and I know one guy's in hill, I'm just sprinting. Like, yo, look over me. Like, I'm going for it. Like, I gotta
get the guy in hill doesn't peek.
Like hoping he doesn't peek, and if he does, I just don't expect him to peek at this moment. Because even Caesar's here now, like especially here, like Dante can see him. I mean, Dante, I don't know what even Dante was doing. I think he was reloading or something.
I think he accidentally fell off or something right there.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's a nitpick, but if you are going to break this hill, I feel like 2 dead, one's deep tunnel. Somebody just take the risk and just go for it. Because they end up just sitting here, and then, look, Faze just run right back to the tunnel, and it's like they're right back into the play. And they're on head glitches, so.
I'm the only one that hates this fucking map.
This map sucks. This map is terrible.
There's like 3 unplayable hardpoint maps.
That's what I was saying. Like, I feel like you guys talk about evasion more, but like I hate Skid Row so much.
It wasn't even a map in 2010. I don't know why it's a map now.
Yo, I was mind blown. It was a map in all 3 modes in the beginning of the game. I was like, what the fuck?
Tom, people want us to talk about the clip of Chris shooting bodies in this, and what are your thoughts on
sim shot bodies. You know what we say, man. You never shoot bodies in a series, bro. It always comes back
to haunt
you.
Bro. The Bulldog has shown time and time again. You shoot his body, he's gonna come back.
Yeah, Bulldog. Why the fuck is everybody shooting your body, Bulldog? What did you do to these guys, man? You're always the guy that they go to when they shoot bodies, man. I wonder why.
You went to infinity, Tom.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, bro. Hey, Bulldog, let me ask you something. Are you shooting bodies in scrims? Is that why? Like, are you lighting people up in scrims or nah? Maybe that's why he said no. So why are they picking on you, bro? They picking on you, Bulldog. It's interesting. And then we go into the next P3 here, guys. And this is where New York actually just have like a really, really good hold here. I mean, they hold so much time on this P3. And they were able to build themselves a pretty good lead heading into that P4. It was a good setup from them because they have a guy top plat, guy in hill. And then they have 2 guys top mid just kind of holding them off and trying to keep them pinned. If you're Faze, I see what they're trying to do. Like they're trying to push through, try and pinch through back alley and try and flip for apartments. But it was just a good hold from New York. They got some good time here going into the P4. So just big plays. Bulldog also makes good plays here, staying alive. He gets the headshot on the draws. And I think Faze get in a little bit towards the end, but it was just a really good hold from them. They needed a big P3 hold here because I thought this was an opportunity where Faze, again, after the P2, they just can't lose this P3 hard point.
Like, I mean, Tom, honestly, I got to tip Dante because Dante stays alive window. Not only does he keep the monitors, they go upstairs.
Yeah.
He gets both the kills and in the second kill. It's not an instant second kill. He finesses around P1 and eventually kills the guy with a pistol.
Yeah.
And he shaves like 10 or 15 seconds. He dies top middle. They instantly collapse on those guys in hell, and New York's got to rotate.
Yeah, and then they stay ahead on rotation. The P4 honestly is pretty mixy. There's a lot of trades going on.
Team
it's
nade.
A fucking mix fest. Yeah, the team nades go down, and then we get to a P5 towards the end of the map here. And honestly, Paco made the play here, and this is like just the go button, right? Like there's shots going down. Dante has them distracted, and Paco he finds the timing and he hits through. He slides across, and nobody from Atlanta Faze even knows he's here, and he's able to find a couple kills here onto Draza and MC, and in my opinion, that's what ends up winning them the map. It's just Kismet. He looks over him. Dante putting shots down, and Paco finding the gap, finding the two-piece. Really, really good plays from Paco there. Because if he doesn't make that play, I don't know if they win it. It was a good break overall. Anything to say on that, guys, towards the ending of this game? Anything to say there? I thought Paco made a good play.
They broke the hill with 2 subs. That's kind of crazy.
That is kind of crazy. And
Paco and Kids both had 2 subs out right now, and they broke this hill somehow.
We can look back, too, and see, like, the Atlanta Faze setup and see, like, where they were. I don't even know how they did that so easily.
I think it, bro.
New York was there initially.
I think we said this during the Optic LAG series when Brandon broke P5, killing this guy that plays graffiti, like the dumpster corner. Like, that spot is so deceiving to get cameraed around that corner because the guy in Hill doesn't want to scam, so he's not taking, like, a hard enough angle to actually help in that gunfight most of the time.
Yeah.
So when you come around the corner most of the time here, you really don't have help. Like this is a deceiving angle that we've now seen a handful of breaks on P5 start with this kill.
Mm-hmm. I will say, after watching this back, Tyler has to see Hyde just slide across, right? He shoots at him.
Yeah, they definitely know he crosses.
So what happened? Did they black out?
MC's weak.
I know, but they got to at least look at it, bro. They got to at least look at
it.
Yeah,
MC blacked out.
Yeah.
MC blacked out a little bit.
They might have blacked out. I don't know what the comms were like there, but it looked like a blackout for a second. I don't know if it was like a mixy comms and it was getting loud, but
I think they're probably still losing that though, just because MC's basically one bullet, and like unless they gun the other 2 guys.
Yo, what's it gonna take to get rid of trophies?
You don't like trophies, Pat?
Well, it's not that I don't like trophies.
I feel like
it's that in this game in Hardpoint, I don't like trophies. This game has 5 of the top 10 most scored hills in the entirety of the CDL. This game by itself,
but I don't know. That's not really
compared to like 5 different games. Like I mean, it's a breaking problem though. It's a breaking problem, and trophies add to it. No, trophies make it harder.
You think
absolutely.
P3 that trophies are the reason that hill sucks?
I don't think it's the reason the hills suck. I think it's a reason it adds to the fact that breaking is so hard.
You can coordinate like a frag.
Yeah, if you can double nade people out of hills.
40 seconds to get all fucking across, and they just spawn there and they're holding across anyway. Like if there were windows on top,
but I guarantee you, if you can hit coordination, it would make it not even just nade, stunt, like anything, hit anything. If the breaking
team can use teamwork and skill to coordinate attack for an entry on a break, then that is skillful. 100%.
I think I hear what you're saying, Pat. I think the bigger problem is the fucking
spawn, but I'm saying we're not going to solve that problem. We could solve a trophy J in 2 seconds.
Solve the spawn problem.
Fucking do it then, Ben.
No,
you can't. Go do it then.
No, the person working on the game can solve the problem, but you cannot do anything.
We've talked time and time again about the fucking.
I'm talking about what's in control of the players, and that's the GAs. And if we're talking that, well, you're allowed 2 right now, Austin, right? If you even bumped it to 1, like
you could also have 2 trophies out at a time in this game. Like if you're alive on a decent life with some kills, you can get 2 of them down.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like the problem in this game is that you can hold hills way too easily, and just limiting a trophy will at least help that. It won't solve the spawn issue.
45 seconds right now, about.
There's no EMPs, man. You need EMPs, and they don't exist.
30 or 40%.
I mean, we had this conversation when Invasion P5 was still a thing. In Palace, Pat and I were talking about this.
If EMPs were a thing, you would need trophies to be a thing every life, though, in my opinion. Because the way it's a field upgrade, and then you just get EMP'd, now you have no trophy. You might as well not even play with trophies at that point.
Honestly, Pat, you're onto something, because COD always was better when there wasn't trophies in the game, because you were forced to use tacticals to, like how Sam said, either break a setup using skill or rotating. But when you have trophies, it kind of just like promotes inconsistency with gameplays, because people are gonna be like, I got my trophy, I'm sitting here.
But it's
and
the
I'm
same
not moving.
as Austin's point. Like EMPs and trophy go hand in hand, and we don't have EMPs, but we're still using 2 trophies.
Maybe we got DDoS, man.
That's why I agree with
that.
That
ain't remotely.
You got DDoS. We do.
No, but I think that should be talked about. Like, obviously, it won't happen with this major, but I mean, like, we're talking about major 3 and adding 2 more maps. Like, why don't we try 1 less trophy? Like, I think it would just help the game as a whole. Maybe it not be an S&D thing, but a hard point thing. We already limit smokes. Like, why not just limit trophies and respawn?
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna fucking happen, which is teams are gonna be like, okay, 1 trophy on the map. We're still gonna have 2 players running trophies.
No. That's gotta be part of it, though. There needs to be 1 trophy player.
Yeah, people are gonna fucking accidentally throw that second trophy, and it's gonna be a whole.
Wait, okay, so I'm pretty sure we had this conversation, and was this tested before, Austin? Have you guys tested 1 trophy, or am I tripping on that? Like early, super early, like early in the game.
I don't remember that being tested.
Right.
No, we had talked about it a lot on the show, Tom, when we were talking about like Invasion P5 and whether we should use smokes and respawn. Like Pat and I were talking about not having trophies as a solution, but I don't think they ever tried it.
Yeah, and it should be 1 player. It should be 1 player. That player should be the only trophy player on the team, because that also adds skill, right? Like, you have to, as a player who has the responsibility of trophies, not only do you have to throw them in good spots, but you got to make like
you got to be in the right spot.
Yeah, you got to make rotation plays because you're the trophy player.
Yeah, you're
like,
perma playing the hill. You're going for 3 minutes.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah,
no, you don't have to always be in the hill, but you know, you gotta be. You gotta. Wait, you also throwing trophies in the hill isn't the only play. You can get trophies on cutoffs.
Yeah,
but I just think it would help the fact that people can't break in this game. Like,
yeah,
I agree with both of you kind of, because I do see what Ben's saying. Like, P3 invasion is still gonna be impossible no matter what.
Yeah, maybe it won't solve that issue, but it would solve some others.
I genuinely think the spawn are the worst problem.
Yeah,
I just don't understand why it's
Maps
so
and
hard to
spawns,
get a normal COD spawn system. We haven't had one since BO4. I guess Cold War kind of, but like, you know what I mean.
I can tell you why. I've said it on the show. It's the people that are working on that system in the game, like, and that's why Treyarchs usually are so good, because Treyarch has had the same, designers for so long, and they have the experience. Whereas, dude, I like you guys, Sledgehammer and IW, like, there's so many new talent in those studios that weren't there 10 years ago. Like, you know what I mean? Weren't there 5 years ago. Yeah. There's so many new people, and it's like they don't have the experience to design what we're talking about was the golden days of what's good. But Treyarch is the only one that's kind of an anomaly where they have a lot of
even most of Treyarch's gone.
Well, let's see if they get our trade.
Yeah, no, there's still a lot that's gone.
Mm-hmm. Well, unless you guys got anything else to say on the day as a whole, we got 2 matches next Friday.
I think the
what a day.
The thing to talk
Big
about.
Playing Austin?
Tom, if you want to pull up
are we? I think we got 1 match next week.
Vegas.
One match.
Wait,
I don't know
before
if
we
we're
pull
on
this
Friday.
up,
No, you're not
did y'all
on
see
Rocker Faze?
Did y'all see David Vonderhaar's tweet this morning?
Nah, what do you tweet?
I saw it.
You saw that? What do you think? What do y'all think he's working on?
I have no. Isn't it just like a barn? Like I clicked on the link and I just saw
Like
a
an
barn,
animated barn.
Yeah,
like different times. But people were saying it looked a lot like the barn from Blackout. I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff.
Oh,
what are your guys' thoughts on this scheduling, by the way? Because I think
Dog
this
shit horrificness.
1 match a week is kind of getting to me.
It's fucking terrible.
It's terrible.
Before,
Wait. Ben, can I go first? Can I
pop off, King.
Austin, how is your warm up schedule?
Bro, it is like you basically only practice Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay, that's
Friday's
what I thought.
bullshit because you're warming up, and then maybe 1 scrim. Saturday, maybe you play a match, and then Sunday you're only doing warm ups.
So you get like 3, maybe
3 days a
4
week
good
of
days of scrims. That's fucking.
That is
awful,
crazy.
Dude.
That is terrible.
And then 8s are completely dead right now. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm
What's
gonna
going on
say
with
you
that?
guys
How come
don't. You
nobody
guys
plays
don't ever
eights?
get that shit started.
Ranked
I don't
play,
know. I
huh?
think
Ranked
everyone
play
just.
killed it.
I think
Ranked play killed it.
ranked play killed it, which I don't understand how, because just riddled with hackers. But like also I think people just hate the game right now. Like just with the spawns and everything like that. Like it's already hard enough for a good team to control, which you can't even control always the spawns.
Mm-hmm.
So in 8s it's got to be hell.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's very true. I don't know. I just thought I thought we would see more, especially with the BPL shit, because they were doing the BPL. What did they call it again? What did they call it? The ELO system. You know, the ELO rank that they were doing, which that was like really hot for like a few weeks. Like everybody was playing that shit. So it'd be cool to see you guys get back into that. But 100%, bro. I know it's probably frustrating to fucking play this game every day. Probably going.
Bro, I just feel like we don't play. Like it's so weird to me. I just feel like I don't play the like, bro.
Did you hear
when
the
I used to
Valorant
play,
schedule? It could be worse.
I guess it could be worse.
Valor plays once every 2 months.
League matches ruined esports.
Back in our day, though, we played Monday through Friday, and then Saturday we had a 5K, and then Sunday we had a 10K, and then we
didn't
did
have to
that
play
for
league matches.
4 weeks, and then we went to an event, or 3 weeks, and we went to an event.
League matches are bad. Online league matches are infinitely worse for all.
7 online.
But these aren't even, bro. But these the thing is, these aren't even league matches. All this is a 7-week pool play.
Yeah.
To go to an event.
That's what it is. Yeah.
It's
unbalanced
ridiculous.
Play, by the way, unbalanced schedules because we're not doing double round robin where it's a fucking Ferris play. At the end, they were playing for 10 CDL points a match. You'd figure that would be
Ben,
doing
the strength of schedule evens out from everybody across the whole year.
The CDL has been. I understand the CDL has been good for in terms of getting people paid, getting maybe some more eyes on, and having the infrastructure. But bro, from a format standpoint, the CDL has been the worst thing to happen to COD ever.
Imagine you guys had played the format you were going to have year 0. Flying
that would have been even worse, though.
Match and then going to fucking.
That's what I'm saying.
The Eiffel Tower.
At least it would have all been on land, though.
It's been horrible.
Been on land.
Yeah,
motherfuckers wouldn't have been doing the dishes in my ear.
That was the only thing I heard as I was walking back.
In your ear.
I agree.
And now we got another weekend where we got 2 on a Friday. This shit is dog shit.
The problem with the schedule right now, let's say I was playing 7, but you had a bunch of teams like New York play. They're 2 weeks of 2 matches on the first 2 weeks, and now they're going to play 3 straight of 1. So you had teams that have played 1 match going into Sunday against teams that have played 3 already, playing their 4th. Like the unbalancedness of the schedule, I think, kind of sucks everybody involved. And now we're getting into the week where we get 2 on Friday and we'll be done.
Did they ever say their reasoning behind it?
Behind how this is done with the 2 and the 3?
Yeah, like why are they doing it like this?
I assume just because they on 5 weeks, like what are you gonna have 1 match? Like how do you spread it out? This is the only way to do it.
Yeah, they had to add because they cut in major, right?
You don't want to do 4. You don't want to do 4 because you're pushing OT hours for production crew, like you're adding additional costs. I guess you could theoretically remove these Fridays and take a match and then
I guess thinking about it, I see why they're doing it, right? They removed the majors, they're trying to cut costs. Now they have to
But they're trying to keep watch time the same.
They don't want to cut a broadcast day.
That's the problem with the CDL is the only thing that's been prioritized since the start of the CDL is broadcast watch time. That's it.
The biggest problem
Think about it. We're putting one
CDL
team
right
on
now
a day.
They refuse to embrace the fact that like there is no problem, there's no issue during non-Saturday, Sundays at events for there to be multiple matches at the same time. They have this weird hesitancy about it, and like you can increase match volume and give teams more actual match practice. And instead, we like spread this shit out. And like, yeah, I get it. It gives single focus on the teams. It helps with sponsors and partners on single focus.
Doesn't even matter anymore. They're all getting a buyout check at the end of the year.
Probably.
Might as well have had a
that was so underrated back in the day because you could have an absolute Charlie fest on Alpha, but Charlie could be Game 5, Round 11. You're tuning in. You know what I mean? Like,
and then they could have the fucking CDL red zone where you're just going back and forth between all of them, bro.
On every platform, just going crazy.
You're basically guaranteed to have a good match on at all times of the day.
Yeah. Yep.
But also as a player, don't you feel because I can't talk from being in the league, but I could just talk on what I see. Like, if you're just playing 1 match a week and your life is existential on winning or losing that match, knowing it's an online match, why are we putting this much pressure on these players for this? Like, I think the more players play, the more they're playing, the more they're playing, the more they're playing. Just play. Things should not be as significant as they are. Let them keep playing. That's how the players really get good, and that's how the teams really get good, and that's how these organic great moments happen that make us love the game. So I feel like everything is forced. Like when I watched Rocker lose today and I saw their faces after, I could feel how much it hurt them knowing, damn, we just trolled this 1 series and then this stupid thing happens and now we're fucked because we're 0-3 and we're going to start, bottom 12 in the major because this whole format, like it just puts all these players in such an unhealthy mindset, in my opinion.
We've talked about time and time on this show. We should move away from league matches, move away to more of an online format where we drive seating going into events. The events are the fucking breadwinners. Go ahead, Sam.
That's just with how day-to-day Call of Duty is as an esport in general. Having 1 match per weekend, like for a team, you could any variety of reasons you could lose or win that match, and it just feels it's almost unfair to the players. Like obviously, I fucking played last year, but thank God I don't have to play this year with this format because again, like you practice and you practice and you practice and you put the amount of required hours in to be a player, and you get to showcase it for 1 best of 5.
Could be 30 minutes.
It could be 30 minutes. and you just wasted that entire week.
And in that match, you got the ref washing
exactly.
dishes.
You got refs in your ear washing dishes.
You got the admin saying we're putting you on a 30 ping diff.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I'll say this. I know it's on
unfair.
land. I know it's on land.
Like
we could also have the VCT format, which I think is
that shit's horrific.
No, that is terrible. The VCT shit.
Well, they just wanted to roll the worst format of all time.
Wait, what is the VCT format?
Doug, it's so bad. Every
you
month.
play like 10 games in a year.
No, actually, though. Like, actually.
Yeah,
like 100 Thieves just played, right? 100 Thieves just played, Doug. I'm pretty sure they don't play again till like a month and a half or something.
Till April. They don't play till April.
They don't play till
one match.
They don't play till April.
They played one match.
And Riot has the biggest esports budget of like any publisher out there. So
they're renting out fucking the fucking Fear at the Garden for fucking 3 weeks, spending millions, bro.
Everyone's trying to figure this. Everyone's trying to figure this thing out, and I find it kind of funny. Like, how do they? I don't know.
Someone's got to say it's not complicated.
Bro,
I feel right.
They think we're gonna get CTE, bro. They think we're gonna get CTE off the contact. It's a non-contact sport.
Bro, I think. Listen, we had Adam Apple on in January. I think Adam said it best. I think too many people have come into the esports space trying to make it the NFL, whatever. NBA, and not accepting the fact that the reason that esports was growing is because it was its own thing, with its own set of standards and the own way that the competitions ran. And people try to switch up to try and make it like something else. We need to go back to what made it great.
Yeah.
Hey, so keep in mind though. Keep in mind there is an esport player that got a CTE.
Really?
The only esports player of all time.
Like traditional sports like NFL, they can't have more games, right? Because the players, like, their limbs are gonna fall off. Their limbs are gonna fall off, or their head is gonna get popped off. But like in esports, like some people might have some thumb injuries, like my bad, Tom. But like there ain't no CTE. Like we can play, we can fucking play.
Yeah, seriously though.
Some of them played through it, you know, bleeding and all.
You're welcome to that, Pat.
What? Welcome.
I remember Pat turned his right, like, yo, Austin, you got to get me today. I was like, don't worry, Pat, I got you.
Oh, Jesus
Look at
Christ.
Doug.
Wait, Doug had both of you.
Is that the Doug? Do you recall it that way? Because
I remember me and Doug having you on that Sunday.
I don't recall that.
I remember Pat dropping a hard point 4. We got smoked in 25 minutes, and then we went into the next series versus Denial, which was you, I think, Tom. Attached. It was like attached Crowder.
What I have, Doug?
And I looked at Austin and Brian, and I was mad because I knew we could have won. And I'm like, bro, we're gonna lose because this guy Pat was like punching glass last night.
What happened?
We dropped 50 map 1, and we won by like 15 points. And I'm like, all right, well, Pat doesn't
win game 5 round 11.
It was Solar.
Solar. I took that.
We went game 5 round 11 though. What happened?
Everyone clutched up. I got the clutches bomb plan.
I'm gonna get the bomb down.
Crowder choked on me. That's the reason they lost. Crowder's the reason you guys lost. He's 100% why you guys lost, and he'll take accountability for it. He was top. He was top, and he was shooting me out the bomb, and he just fucking whiffed, and then Slasher did it. So like, that was a game 5 round 11 for the loss. Like, I'll never forget that because I was the one planting the bomb, and I was one shot. I knew we lost if I died, and then Slasher had me. I'm like,
I always got you. Remember, I always got you. Get it down.
Bro, that event was peak, bro, because Twitter was lit. The stream got fucking DDoSed. Lizard Squad was in the mix. That was
Lizard Squad, those motherfuckers. That one video.
If I catch any Lizard Squad, I'm gonna beat their ass.
Wait, Lizard Squad was underrated.
You fucking my game, G. I pay good money. You lose your name. Good for you.
They're the same ones who shut down the fucking PlayStation network for like 2 months. Do y'all remember that?
I remember that.
Bro, that shit was insane. PlayStation was down for 2 months.
Wait, Asen just freestyled that. That was crazy.
That was actually really good, right? He actually remembered that to a T. That was impressive.
They had an insane botnet, and then they got in real trouble when they started calling in fucking plain bomb threats because then they started thinking about the guys again.
Any Lizard Squad, I'm gonna beat their ass.
Wait, bro, I seen somebody, I forgot who it was. They were like, respond to this tweet with peak COD or something, and somebody responded with the Anaheim bar, with the lobby bar.
Yeah,
bar.
that's
that
peak
bar
COD for
sucked,
sure.
bro. Listen, the bar had a lot of space and was nice, but it was the slowest fucking bar of all time. Bro.
Nah, it was just vibey because everybody was. It's
It
like a
wasn't
bar,
about
man.
the
It wasn't about the
actual
fucking bar, you
drinks.
moron. It's not what it's about.
Bro, the TVs were
It's
tiny.
about
It was a great
everybody
event.
just
Shut
being
What up,
there for the TVs, Ben.
Nah,
I'm not there for the TVs, bro.
Ben, it wasn't about the bar.
That's not what it took. You don't even know.
Nah, the Marriott bar was way better. Facts.
Oh, here we go.
What?
No one
That's
stayed
where
at
you
the
went when you
Marriott.
lost and you were trying to sketch on your teammates or some shit. You went to the Marriott. You went to the fucking Marriott. That's where everybody lost over there. And I was lit. You won. You went to the Anaheim bar.
Yeah.
I had John Robinson on top of the table, toasted the whole bar when we won that shit.
Good time.
Nah, he said the Marriott was better, bro. Tomatoes.
Marriott's bar is way better.
Tomatoes, Chad.
Because it's got a pool next to it, bro. You can go outside and take your drink.
When I die, I want to be buried in the Hilton bar.
The fucking Hilton, bro.
No, Ben likes the
Hilton
privacy.
had the same
Ben
thing.
likes the
Hilton had a
privacy. That's what it sounds
massive
like.
pool.
It's
Hey,
not about
be
the privacy,
sketchy,
bro.
dude. He's
it's
sketchy,
just
man.
about
Bro, what are you saying? The Hilton had the same thing.
The Marriott bar was way better, bro.
Bro, the
Tomatoes
Hilton
in
had
chat,
the
bro.
lobby
Tomatoes in
bar and
chat
a
for
pool
Ben, bro.
bar, and it had 2 pools.
Tomatoes.
Yeah,
in
but you had to
chat.
go up you had to go in the elevator.
Oh
bro.
my
The
God, you
elevator-
gotta go in the elevator. Oh no.
Slow ass elevators in that fucking hotel, which I hated.
Like the elevators were shit. Yo, let's do
The Marriott was
predictions,
just
man.
better,
Let's
bro.
do predictions real quick.
Sure.
Minnesota Rocker going up against Atlanta Faze. I got Atlanta Faze 3-1. Ben, who do you got?
This one could get kind of mixy. I think Rocker has shown that they're gonna battle with everybody. I'm gonna take Faze game 5.
Sam?
Another heartbreaker for Rocker, bro. Another one.
Another one? I'm gonna go
Another
Phase
one.
3-1. Not another one. I'm gonna go Phase 3-1.
All right, Doug, who do you got, Doug?
I say 3-0 Faze just because I think Faze is better at every map and mode than Rocker. I'm not trying to be an ass. I just feel that
I
way
like that,
about it.
dude. I like that shit.
Standing on Beges. Pat?
Phase, not close.
Faze, not close. Austin, Asim, you guys are players, so you don't have to answer if you don't want to.
But you're pussy if you don't.
I'll do Phase 3-1.
Well, in that case, I'll fucking say it. Nah, I think I kind of agree with Ben that it's going to be another heartbreak, but I can't see my boy Lamar lose another game 5, so I'm going to go 3-1 Phase.
Oh, what the fuck?
Well, no.
Yeah, I was loading up the friendship cheese. I was loading it up.
Listen. I think Phase is going to win game 5, but I just don't want to say that because, you know what I mean? 4
Yeah,
game 5 in a row like that.
I was literally loading it up with the friendship
For this
cheese.
next series, instead of us picking who we think's gonna win, should we pick how long we think this series is gonna take to complete, start to finish?
My
Oh,
God.
that's so rude. Wow.
Come on, man. Come on.
Are we gonna? No.
Anyone
Here's
like
a
Seattle in this series?
Yeah,
Come
no,
on.
they're pretty
here's a
terrible.
better
They're pretty
question: Is
terrible.
Seattle gonna break GA's this match or not?
Oh shit!
I got Seattle.
You got Seattle breaking the GA.
Losing the series.
I got Seattle winning a map. It's going to be a Rio S&D that Toronto's just going to throw in there just to try it.
So
They know
what
they're
about the
playing a
over
dog
under
shit
on?
team.
What about the over and under on breaking the GA? You got the under?
No, I got the over for
Oh,
sure.
okay. All right.
Yeah, this might be this is going to be a very quick day, probably.
Yes.
Very
I
cool.
agree.
First
Tom.
off, 2 matches.
Yeah, two
that's
matches.
legit, yeah.
I'm thinking rank play before the show. That's what I'm
I'm
thinking.
thinking rank play before the show,
Yeah.
Tom.
I'm thinking nice fucking dinner and coming back and we're doing the show.
Well,
Y'all
that's
could
good.
probably run the show and be done with it before I'm even off. Like,
100%.
Oh,
it could be
100%
like
we
a
could
quick
be.
30-minute show.
100% for sure. But we got to get
You might
want
want to have to do community questions.
Yeah, we
Oh,
could
we
do
definitely are
maybe.
gonna have to
Yeah,
do
we could do community questions for this.
That's what you should do. You should do community questions on every day that there's a 2-matcher.
I'm down. I'm down to do community questions.
It's a good idea.
Yep.
Yeah.
Community questions.
we have a bunch of other segments. I have a segment I want to do with an individual that I don't want to name because I want it to be a fucking surprise. But we're gonna roll out some new stuff here soon on the show.
Are we? I didn't know about that,
great.
but I'm down for
No,
new
you know
segments.
what I'm
You gonna
talking
paint me
about.
like one of your
Is
French
this the
models,
one where?
Benja?
Is this the one where you hit the
one that's
ball?
gotta be edited.
Oh, you want to get my dad on? You want to
Yeah,
get
I
my
wanna
pops
get your
on?
dad
Man, I get scared to be honest
Pat,
with,
do you want
with my pops
listen,
on
Chad,
live.
We're thinking about doing a segment, pre-record segment with Tommy's dad, W or L.
Pre-recorded, I think.
Pre-recorded because it's gotta be
Listen,
edited,
we
bro.
can do live, but we'll be live on Kick.
We'll be live on Kick.
You know what I'm saying? We could do a live stream, but I don't know if I feel
Your dad might
comfortable.
break every TOS sentence possible. Within
Yeah,
4
I get
seconds of being on
scared.
the
I
show.
get scared. You know what I mean? Look, I got my cousin Cheech in the chat. What's going on, Frank? Yeah, Frank. I don't know if we could do that, Frank. I don't know. You know.
No, I want to do a segment where you have
The
reaction
real
matches.
show would be getting my Uncle Sam, my cousin in the chat, Uncle Sam and my dad, 2 brothers, the two students get
It's
up
gotta
together.
be a show where you're just sitting on the balcony, smoking some
fucking-
cigars, talking about shit.
Yeah,
be the show.
Cheech said, "Nah, chill." Frank? Can you imagine if we had Uncle Sam and my pops on the flank? That would be crazy. But yeah, we'll see you guys on Kick for that one. Well, anything else you guys want to say? Ben, Sam, Doug, thank you for coming on, bro. Asim, Slasher, appreciate you guys. You guys are the best.
Thank you,
Great show, phenomenal show.
Let's go.
The only thing I want to say is, bro, we didn't really talk about Challengers Elite this week. It was fucking lit, especially in NA this week. I have no idea who the fuck is gonna win Challengers Elite in NA this.
Didn't have it get like top 2.
Yeah.
In the Puppy Cup this weekend.
He got the Pub Cup, right? Yeah. I'm pretty sure he lost to Tom G.
This is the problem, bro. I follow 1,700 people on Twitter, right? And 90% have to be COD related. I didn't even see tweets about the Challengers Elite.
Yeah,
do you follow the rotation? Because he tweets a lot about.
There's a lot of tweets on Wednesday.
I don't think I follow the rotation.
Oh, okay, that's probably.
But either way, my point is,
there's no hype around it.
Why is that scene just it gets no support? It's mind blowing.
It's really sad.
They get all the space on Wednesday. They've done a good job scheduling. It's on Wednesday and Thursday. There's nothing else going on. You get EU followed by NA, and it's banger, especially in NA. And like, I know people watch party it and whatever, but I agree.
I'm not saying it's not good. I'm saying that like I don't even know what's happening.
League account never tweets about Challenger shit, and I don't fucking understand it.
They also hold on. They also don't tweet about pre-CDL. Even if it's like
they don't acknowledge
event history. Yeah, they don't acknowledge the existence of it. Like, bro, like you're telling me they shouldn't tweet about like on this day in history, like this world championship happened or whatever.
You know that especially in the first couple of years of the original broadcast team that came in for the CDL, they did not want to speak on the past history. They put a fucking
I know that's a problem.
It was bullshit. And then luckily, like, shout out to Esports Engine guys, like they brought all the history back. They start showing clips now. If you guys have seen CDL TV and during breaks, they show old fucking clips there a lot from CWL stuff. Trying to bring that history because it's fucking important to understand the relationships in the scene.
I was personally disappointed being a Challenger player. I was very disappointed, dude. I never felt more like I've never had an identity in my life. Like I had to, in order to like make it to the top in Challengers again, I had to just remove who I was in the past. Like everything I've ever had. Like all the people that came in, dude, everyone that came in, every event I go to, it's like, I feel like I can't breathe, but then they're like looking at me like, they're like, why do you want special privilege? I'm like, dude, like, I just need to like get my pass. Like, can I just get a like? I don't know, every little detail in person, online, waiting for broadcast when I was a player. Like, they would make me wait 45 minutes for another team because they were late, just because they wanted us on the broadcast without telling us. And I'm just sitting here like, bro, like, I like to get shit done, and I get shit done really, really well. And I don't like the way shit's getting done. Can we just get shit done the right way? So yeah, I got really upset with it, man.
Facts, man.
Bro, Doug, how scary was it this year? Like, I know we talked about it in like the Shawson documentary, but like, bro, the fact that we didn't know that there was going to be a cup before the first like Boston Open, and then even afterwards, like we didn't know there was going to be a Challenger event for Miami, so there would have been a 4-month gap between the first Challenger event and the next one. Like, bro, that's fucking.
I just feel, dude, I feel grateful, Sam. Like, I just feel grateful I'm in this spot, but I just every day when I'd wake up to play for like 2.5 years, I'm just thinking like, bro, everyone I'm playing against, I'm like, fuck, if I was in these guys' shoes, like I don't know how they're doing it, bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that shit's terrifying.
I agree. It always seems so simple from the outside looking in too. Like I feel like if we were in charge, we'd be making good decisions. I know there's a lot more to business.
100%.
Well, that's because there's so many things that are like the simplest fucking shit. It's like flipping a light switch. Yeah, it's like they just choose the wrong option every time.
Yeah, I don't know. It's very, very weird. But what were you gonna say, Ben? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, if you guys have not seen, I know Asim mentioned it. If you guys not have seen Shotson's documentary that came out this week, Passion Pit,
yeah,
make sure you go check that out on YouTube. Doug's in it, Asim's in it. It's a great look at the Boston Challengers event. Shout out to Shawson for that one.
It does. You had me tearing up in there, man.
Yeah, Doug, that was a good piece, man.
I'm just going through a lot right now. Like, I wish me good luck with the pull-ups, guys. That's all I need. I'm gonna do 11,111 pull-ups in a day. Just wish me good luck.
Doug, I don't want to bring up like a sad moment, but when you
got that shit,
yes,
I'm not gonna want to bring good luck because you don't need it. You're breaking that shit.
We got that. You're gonna watch it, Litigo. You're gonna see it in person. You're gonna be there.
Nah, Doug, I don't want to bring up a sad moment, but when you lost and like you started looking at your setup, like I could tell in your head you were thinking about like the whole retirement shit, but no one else knew in that venue that's what you were thinking. Like that.
You know, the first one to know, Jared. He was the first one I told that I was gonna retire, even before I told Boston. Jared.
Whoa.
Weird,
wow.
right?
Yeah, that's weird.
I haven't spoken to Jared in like 10 years.
Hey, I told Tommy before anyone.
Yeah,
really?
Sam told me he was I knew Sam was retiring literally
Major 2.
In the beginning of Vanguard, and the whole time I'm just thinking to myself, like, holy
in
fuck,
Vanguard you were gonna retire?
No, it wasn't Vanguard, it was last year.
Last year.
Yeah, it was not Vanguard.
Sorry.
Sure, that would have been insane.
Yeah, they won champs in Vanguard after me. After that shit. But I was just, for a whole year, I was sitting there like, yo, this motherfucker's got like, but he's like actually retiring. Like, he's actually fucking doing it. Like, I couldn't believe it. I thought, Sam, that you were going to pull back on it and not do it. Like,
the only way I would have is if we got like second or one champs. But we got dead last, so nothing to worry about.
and bro, I didn't tell that shit to literally Asim. I didn't even tell you, Asim. I didn't even tell you. I didn't tell nobody.
No,
Sam.
you didn't tell me.
Because Sam told me, he said, "Yo, nobody can know about this. It's like a serious thing. Like, don't tell nobody." I literally kept that to I didn't tell nobody about it. Well,
that's W Tommy right there.
Yeah, come on, you know me. I keep secrets.
Now, I also shot like a lot of like people. It leaked after champs, and a lot of people actually.
Oh yeah, no one said a word, bro.
There are a lot of like
DM'd so many people saying thank you.
Yappers that like could have definitely have said something that didn't.
Oh, literally, bro. Jake Lucky knew. Fucking Tack Rab. Fucking Ronnie knew. Like literally everybody. And
I'm
no
not
one
gonna
said
lie,
a
Sam,
word.
that was
Actually, DM'd most of them.
typical. That was typical that you reached out to them and told them not to say anything.
Oh yeah, bro. I was like, thank you for fucking not ruining that. They were like, bro, we would never. I was like, oh, thank God.
Oh yeah, you would never. Oh yeah, no.
Sure. Octane's retiring.
Nah, Sam. So when are you coming back, Sam? Because I think everybody wants.
Shit, I don't know, bro. These LAT cats need to win more hard point.
Yeah, they need you, bro. They actually need you. Ben, hit the fucking putt, bro. We got a lot of channel points on the line.
Ben,
there
10
is
footer. 10 footer, Ben.
15.2 million on you
I
making
need a
it.
10 footer, Ben. Your 8 foots are way too easy, bro. You need to fucking step it up.
I need the 10 footers.
Okay,
No, he's been hitting. He's been hitting.
My bad.
No, he's been slamming long putts, bro.
That's my bad.
He's been slamming
Listen,
long
I'm
putts.
trying to play golf tomorrow, so I'm hoping it's a good start.
Let me get a 10 footer right here. Come on.
All right, Ben, let's go. Step up to the plate.
Ben 10.
Ben, there is about 20
10.
million channel points on you making it, 9 million on you not making it. The pressure is on.
Well, let me grab the slippers first. Give me a sec.
Oh, he's putting this.
the
Wait. So he's switching it up. Sometimes he just goes up there with the dogs
He's
out.
putting on the special sneakers.
I'm putting 200,000 on no.
Oh my
I'm
God.
telling him.
200,000 on no.
Oh my God.
I got 400,000.
Pat, you ran out of
Ben,
channel
put your
points
thing in.
yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm out. I'm at 6,000.
No.
I'm coming back though, Tom.
You should put them all on a loss right here. Go for 12,000.
Putting no.
All right, predict. No.
The odds are good. The odds
Oh
are
my
good.
God.
Oh my God,
Make
200,000
sure
on
you all
no.
tune in if I do stream tomorrow. The
6,000.
holding irons are
All right, I got 6,000.
Let's go.
Oh,
Ben.
nice. Let's go, Ben.
Yeah,
IRL
Ben will be
stream.
live on the golf course.
Yeah, I need you to
Go
miss
check
this
him
though,
out.
Ben.
Ben underscore Nassim.
Miss.
It's an absolute pleasure.
He's got it.
He steps up to the plate. He walked into
Come
his room, put
on.
his stinky fucking slippers on. He's going to
Come
step up to
on.
the green. He's
Stinky
going to
fucking
line it
slippers.
up. And he misses the ball like an
Let's
asshole.
go.
Or did he hit it? Did he hit it? No, he made it. Oh, he made it.
No,
he missed.
You missed that
Thomas
shit.
just lied to me, man.
Did you miss that? Nah, you missed that shit.
No, it was
Hey.
straight in.
We couldn't
can't see it.
I couldn't
Yeah.
see it, bro.
Well,
I
you're
can't
gonna have to
see the
re-putt.
ball. I
couldn't
can't
see
see
the
the
ball.
ball.
That might be a re-putt. That might
That
be
might
a
be a
re-putt.
reputt.
Reputt. Don't give out the channel
Reputt.
points.
No, it's not me. It's you.
It's not
No.
Tommy. It's you, bro. It's you,
Yeah,
bro.
you got
no,
like
Tom's got
No, look. It's not me.
Ben,
Look.
Tommy's
not.
right. He's right. He's right. It's not him.
Ben, like we can see your hallway, bro.
There you go. Is that better?
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah,
a
it's
little
better.
bit.
That's better, bro. That's better.
All right, this is the real one,
reputt,
chat.
Redo. Let's go.
He tried to blame. He tried to fucking blame.
tried
He
to
tried
blame
to
you,
blame.
Tommy.
Pat
He tried
twice
to
in a
blame you,
row.
Tommy.
So
Yeah,
trying to
we
blame.
Now
can't
you
even
might
see,
get nervous.
bro.
You gotta
I
blame
know.
him,
He
Tommy.
gaslights like
Does
that.
he
win a
get
replay.
nervous? Does he get
You
nervous?
never win it. You never
I'm
win
gonna
a
be honest,
replay.
guys. I saw it, guys. I
You
saw
never
it.
win the replay.
You never win a replay.
I feel like I saw it. I
You
just
never,
think
you
it's
never,
make the replay.
you
He's
never,
He's gonna make the
you never,
replay.
you
Sit
never.
back
win the
in.
replay,
You
bro.
never make the replay. You never make it. Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
Jeez.
Oh,
You never win the
man.
replay. You never win the replay.
No
You never win the replay, bro.
Give me
You
my
never
money.
win the replay.
What
Give me my
the
money.
fuck?
Give me my money. Come on, baby.
Nah,
Nah,
I'ma
Ben,
be
that's
honest.
on me. Every time I'm in the flank, you miss. I don't know.
Oh,
Something
nah.
about my
No,
presence.
no, that
That's
has
very
nothing to do with that.
Nah.
I need the fucking first putt.
Wait. Before we pay out, we might have to do a best out of 3 because everyone that
No,
Calling
chill,
cheese.
chill,
They're calling
chill,
cheese.
chill.
No, they are
Chill.
calling cheese. So
No,
we
no,
might
no,
need to make it a
chill,
best of
chill.
3.
Yo,
They're calling
just a best out of
can we do
3.
20 gifted
No,
for a
no,
respin?
chill.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I-
Ben.
do a best out of
3 for the
Oh,
poll.
fuck me.
This last one. This is last
Last
Nah,
one
he's
for the
gonna drain
poll.
it now.
Let it rip, baby. Let it rip.
I also really have to pee, so hopefully.
Oh,
It's
no.
We're calling P cheese.
Oh, he's-
No excuses.
hey, not the peaches, man.
All right, chat. No excuses after this. We gave you a best
no
out of 3.
excuses, best of 3.
Come
Here we go.
on,
We
Slayer.
line it up. Let's see what he can do here.
He's gonna drain it now.
Okay, best of 3, and he sinks the putt.
Oh, fuck,
He
man.
closes it out. He flips off the camera.
That's my sleep paralysis demon.
Gets it fucking done. Unbelievable. The crowd goes crazy.
Like
Ben, look at them. They're going fucking crazy,
all
bro.
the adversity that he's facing in these putts, absolute bullshit. That one's for y'all.
Hey, let's go.
No, I'm not gonna lie. We gaslit the fuck out of you. I saw it going on.
We saw it the whole time. We saw it the whole fucking time.
I was watching the ninja. I saw the whole thing.
All right, man. That's gonna do it for the flank, man. Appreciate Doug. Hey, Doug, thank you again, bro, for being a co-host tonight, bro. It was an absolute play. It was a vibey flank tonight, bro. I appreciate you coming.
It was a good show tonight, bro.
Yeah, it was a good one, man. It was a good one.
It was a good time.
Yes, sir, man. And shout out to Asim in Austin as well. Appreciate you guys again. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
But as always, guys, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, go to anchor.fm/flanks. Check out audio sites around. Go follow at the flank on Twitter. Gert's doing a phenomenal job running socials and goals to ZOOMAFIA for the merch. Take care. Brush your hair, and we'll see you guys next time on another episode of The Flank, man. 2 matches. Unbelievable.
Take it easy.
Take it easy.
Peace.